Hello, everybody! Jesus, Podge, what the hell are you doing to Sly? Oh, God! What do you mean, don't worry about you? What are you doing to him? Oh, Jesus! Oh, God.
Damn, homie.
Are we? No,
nice
we shouldn't
cock.
be. Sorry, I'm super distracted and trying to get away from
for
distraction.
19 months.
Thank you so much for the sub, Valtria. Holy shit, 19 months? Good golly. Let's see. I'm trying to get the Sirenscape music playing. I don't know why it isn't seeming to do so. Give me a sec. What the fuck is going on here? This'll do for music in the background. Why is nothing playing? Is the Sirenscape playing for you guys?
Damn, homie. Nice cock.
Oh, that's why. There we go.
It's just, Jelly has been dancing for 17 months.
Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So, sorry about that, guys. Just, I don't know why I was having so many tech problems. It seems like everybody and their mother wanted to start messaging me right as I was about to go live.
Quest.
Now you can hear everybody. There we go. That was so weird. Also, we're right on the edge of a hype train since both Valtria and Sly are re-upping their subs at 19 and 17 months both. Thank you guys so much for the support. I wonder if we'll hit that hype train.
Noise.
So, we've got a lot of cool announcements for Hero Factory. To start, first off, Aiko is doing a partner push right now. She's getting really, really closer to her goal. So please definitely check her out. I manage her directly. She also opened up her Minecraft server for subs. So if you guys are subbed to Aiko, you can go into her Discord and get set up there to join her Minecraft server.
If you're a Switch or a Dom, you're shit out of luck, though.
What?
If you're a Switch or a Dom, you're shit out of luck, though.
Yeah, only subs.
Oh! Took me a bit. Sorry, my brain is frazzled-dazzled today. Also, because of the subs, Sly and Valtria, who is getting the hero points?
Me!
Wow, what a surprise.
Both of them to Valtria, then?
Well, sure. Sly's not gonna complain.
Sly?
I'll take mine.
He'll take his own.
To
Sensible.
be honest, I'm gonna roll low. It's gonna happen. I'm
It
gonna
really
need
will.
those points.
Well, you're gonna roll low until the point that you don't roll low, which is what happens to you generally. So thank you guys so much, and do remember, if you do subscribe, you get to give the player of your choice a hero point to go on to it. There's a lot of really cool things also still going on with Hero Factory. I'm hoping we can get a shout out for Aiko in the chat real quick. Make sure to follow her, make sure to check her out, and yeah, sub to her if you want access to her Minecraft server. What else is going on in Hero Factory? Sylvain's been doing a lot of Warframe lately, which is super cool and exciting. Valtria's got an ASMR stream involving painting coming up eventually. Still waiting on that.
Eventually.
Undyne's got a lot of her projects out. Undyne, you did a amazing, beautiful cover recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about all the adjectives you used to describe it, but yeah, I did.
Yeah. Why don't you
did do a
talk
cover,
about that
yeah.
for a quick second?
Evo Brander, or Evo VT now, and I did a cover of Unholy by Sam Smith, but I kind of did a parody rewrite of the lyrics to match our characters because we're both aquatic creatures, so everything's kind of twisted around. It's Unholy with a twist. But that's on YouTube right now.
It is, so please go check out Undyne's YouTube as well. You can find all of their socials with this command here. First off, Hero Factory. That's where you can see our website, everybody's links and socials. Secondly, everyone playing in this game in particular is, what is it, Blood Rock? It is Blood Rock. That's everyone playing. 1 minute left on the hype train. We're missing Rye tonight, sadly. His schedule's changed up, so we're going to be missing him regularly. And we lost track of Phoebe as well. Will I be doing the FFXIV TTRPG when it comes out? Yeah, if people want me to. Absolutely, I'll do some of that on it. Yeah, I would love to. I'm a big FFXIV fan. I'm one of the highest rated tanks in that game.
Say the name 5 times fast.
FFXIV, 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 FFXIV.
You could just say 14.
But it's more
Just
fun to say
14.
that. No, do it that way. So we're missing Phoebe too because her internet cut out very sadly. But you know, it's all right. Now, do I have any other announcements? Hold on, I swear I got one. Hemlock's debut coming out soon as well. That should be, I think, next month is tentatively what we've planned for it. And, yeah, that should be done with my Hero Factory announcements. Oh, right, also, I'm looking into 2 major things right now for myself, one of which is going to TwitchCon and seeing how many Hero Factory talents we can send to TwitchCon as well. Obviously, we need finances and funding for that. And the second thing is my amazing model mom, Arian, who did Original River, which is still the model I use to this day, has given me a really good deal on a potential update. So it would be about 266 USD a month to be able to afford the update, which would include art and rigging. So if you guys are interested in supporting that, feel free to shoot me a DM. With that, it's recap time, and Podge, I don't think I've ever had you do the recap.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let me weave you a tale of me trying to scramble through my ADHD-ridden brain. Last time on Blood on the Rocks, we were fighting some very choky gentlemen. I woke up in a bag. I still have no idea where we're headed, but we're looking for some strange man. The Mirror Man? Yes? No? Correct? Incorrect? I'm not sure. We fought some gentlemen who like to choke, as well as a weird mushroom that made us all hallucinate terrible, terrible things. Some of us were into it, some of us were not. One of the choking man wanted to make me his little goblin waifu, but at the end of the day, we prevailed, and we are on our way to whatever perils await us next.
That's right, you're on your way to Forewarned, and I believe we did everybody's rolls last night for watches, didn't we?
We did some watches, didn't we?
I think we got through them all. If we did some, we definitely did them
yes. all. Yeah.
In that case, morning in the Underdark comes with almost no way, sorry, in the Darklands comes with almost no way to differentiate night from day down here. Those of you who are used to living underground, which is just Podge, you've got a great internal clock for just knowing the general 24-hour cycle that the world goes under, meaning that you probably can just kind of infer that likely the sun is rising outside of the mountain right now as everybody begins waking up and starting to tear down camp.
At some point during the morning, I would like to go up to Burya and I'm gonna say, so last night you asked me about why I decided to wear this eye patch, and I had to admit I wasn't giving you the full story then. Most people usually don't end up listening to the entire story because it's a bit long. But I wrote a thesis on it, and I would like to take out a retractable rod, and it's going to be a 1-hour presentation about why I wear an eye patch of various reasons. So, you know, at any point, stop me.
Is there
otherwise.
this is like as we're leaving from.
Oh, it's during morning prep. So while everyone's
Yeah,
having breakfast, I just keep
Is there
following
like
you around.
is there a pool or a pond nearby?
Yes, I've said a few times that you guys always are on the lookout for such areas to be able to find water for you.
So
well, there
I'm
might
like
not be a
100%.
naturally occurring pool or something nearby. What you have done in this case is you've dug out like this section of ground that Oasis then sprayed like a water hose.
Okay, I'm like, as Valentin is talking to me, I'm sinking into the water, and then I fully submerge myself.
I don't notice.
Yep.
So anyway, it all started with how eye patches used to be. People think that it's only something that you put on after you've injured your eye, but it's actually part of how sailors and pirates and things alike all around the world, whenever they go below deck, and not everyone is blessed with dark
Is anybody
vision,
actively listening to Valentin do this?
No, is anybody actively listening?
By being in the Discord call with him, yes. But in character, no.
Oh, so everybody's just going about their business as Valentin is talking to himself.
This is basically a standard daily thing, I would imagine, with him.
Oh yeah, he'll be hyper focused on whatever passion project he's got going on, and talking about it like if everyone's listening, but no one seems to be listening. But he doesn't notice that no one's listening.
Class.
Thank you to my Val Talk. Thank you for coming to my Val Talk. Where did everyone go?
By the time Valentin says that and he looks up and he looks around, everyone's already gone at the doors, ready to go.
Camp's completely cleaned up.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay. I take all of my gear, I look to my little automaton buddy, and I pat it on the back and I say, maybe next time, buddy. Maybe next time I'll listen.
Aww.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky.
I think I mentioned it slightly before, but the automaton is like kind of a round disc, sort of. But I have put like plush ears on the like top of it that drapes down, and it moves by like some sort of wheels that sort of like threads, and whenever we get to a surface where it needs to start climbing, like stairs or whatever, it basically do the thing where fuck. Have you seen those type of scooters that has sort of like tank treads that sort of walk up? Well,
yes.
if you haven't,
I know
that's basically what how it gets up surfaces that it shouldn't be getting up towards. And I say, you're doing so good, Bozo. I'm so proud of.
Automaton.
I'm so proud of you.
Do you have artwork of Bozo that you want to share? I do remember that this is like also holy.
Well,
shit.
I mean, this isn't. Well, this
in the
this
art
is
chat.
It's just
This
me.
is just, yeah, I would imagine. No, I mean, I don't know if I have it anywhere anymore. It probably exists somewhere, but the OG Bosu is like a flying moon bunny, but I basically just made it into a a Roomba with
goodness.
legs.
All right.
When it departs, could you say that it Arumba ways?
Yeah. Yeah, it has a loudspeaker on the back, and it goes, Arumba ways, Arumba ways,
So,
Arumba ways, Arumba
at your guys' current speed with the exploration actions, the way that you were taking them before, if you do all of the same things you did yesterday today, you will need one more rest before.
I feel like since we're getting closer to our objective, it's all the more important for us to do those activities.
Could be, yeah. Your marching order is going to have to change a little bit because we have some players missing today. Sam has just vanished with a small note that reads, "I'll be back."
Disconcerting.
And Oasis is just nowhere to be seen this morning either.
Doubly disconcerting. Should we be looking for them?
I'm sure they're fine.
I mean,
There was a
this
commotion
is
in camp last night.
For the record, if I suddenly disappear from camp without leaving a note or saying anything, please don't assume everything is gonna be fine.
no, we will not.
If I disappear, everything's probably fine.
Yes.
If
probably
you
in a
disappear,
backpack.
yeah, I'm gonna look in the backpacks first.
Well, I mean, we at least got a note from Sam. Oasis hopefully will run into sooner rather than later, considering we have very little details as to where they might have disappeared.
Did Oasis leave any stuff around camp, or is that all gone too?
They've taken all of their stuff with them.
Yeah, so I would assume that they're fine. At least they were when they left camp.
Yep. Again, this is just some DM hand waving. They'll be back.
I know. I'm just role-playing it. Yeah, you're good. They took their stuff. I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll come back when they're ready.
Hey, Kiko, thank you for coming. Enjoy your lurk.
Well, onward.
Yeah, we're still at least a day out, so maybe they'll meet it back up with us tonight. Okay, who knows?
All right.
Let's continue onward, yeah.
Let's change up your formation order then, guys, and your watch orders.
I'm probably still gonna
yeah,
go
which
around
works.
the middle.
No, don't go up there.
Can we one of the
think-
first two?
I think.
I go where I want, Father.
Oh my
I
god.
think
Daddy,
this
I move where I want.
No!
formation is probably fine. This watch order is probably fine.
I don't know that anything needs to change necessarily.
We have 5 different watches, but we've got 2 people on one right now. So
Oh,
aside from
right.
that, yeah.
Podge,
Yeah,
Podge should
both
probably
Podge
go
and Slayer
too.
on. Yeah, somebody should move to 2.
How do I do that?
You just
I
hover
have
your
to just
cursor
tell me-
over the 3 and... Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's when you actually have to tell me how to do this one.
Okay.
You can move
Yeah,
me
you
to
could just
2.
change me to 2, or...
Oh.
All right, both of you are now on watch number 2. There's
Oh
no
my
longer
God.
watch
Damn it.
3.
God, stop it.
This is
They
what we
make
get
me
for
great.
having accommodating, kind players. They're like,
make me
doesn't matter
great.
to me, whatever you need.
I will teach one of you how to be a goddamn top if I die doing it.
Listen, I'm a switch. I do
I was
whatever
about to
I
say,
want.
I don't think.
Yes,
Podge
but
needs
you're
to be
still
taught
so
how to be-
accommodating, Podge, is the problem.
I'll teach you how to be a bottom river.
Yeah, you better fucking... I don't know where
That's
I'm
what I
going with
thought.
this. The words started coming out of my mouth before I had a direction. They just started, and I didn't really know where I was taking it from there.
Uh-huh. It's because I'm in charge now.
Yeah, you know what? Now Sly's watch 3, so you're on the bottom.
Well, Podge goes first, so doesn't that...
No, but they're
They're
the
more in
smaller
charge.
number, making them on the bottom.
Are you calling me a bottom river? Are you calling me the biggest bottom here?
Just because I'm on the
didn't
bottom
even
doesn't
mention
mean I'm
you.
not in charge.
This
Yeah,
is,
but you
this
said
is
smallest
chaos.
number makes you a bottom, and I'm not
So
lowest
we,
number.
what is happening? Help.
I'll kill you, Chad. So, you all begin heading out back into the tunnels. Exploration actions, everyone. First off, Burya and Zandra, heavy armor or not?
Heavy armor.
Okay, so you're
Especially
already
as we get
moving
closer.
at half speed. Sly, you might not have been here, you weren't here last session, but I explained how to do exploration actions. Do you need a rundown?
Yes.
Players, would someone be willing to explain it to him, just because my throat's very sore today, and I'm already
I can
planning
do it.
I'm going to need to talk a lot. You're going to do it?
Okay, so in your character sheet, on the right, you're going to see the activities tab. You're going to click that. And you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a heading called Exploration Activities. And that is the list of things you can do while we're exploring. and their requisite stats.
There's some things that you can argue that you would use as well, as we're exploring, I believe. I think there were a handful of things that were included, or that we included as potential actions.
That is correct. So, I'm going to start with Zandra first. What are you doing for your exploration action?
I'll continue doing the same, where I'll hold my shield up as we walk, and I'll be kind of defensive.
Okay. Meaning that you'll start with your shield raised without needing to spend an action in combat.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go, Podge. What are you doing for yours?
I would like to investigate the area.
Okay. What are you investigating for?
Looking to see if there's anything more like resembling those weird hallucinogenic mushroom dudes. Like, I'm wary of there being more spores, basically.
The blue blue dusk mushroom people, you mean?
Yes, because
or do you mean the ones that you got jumped by?
The one we got jumped by.
Okay. Holy shit, Yivern! Thank you so much for raiding. It's been so long since we've seen each other. I hope that you're having a great day today. Welcome to some Pathfinder. Feel free to type in the chat what you want to chat about. Sorry, what you were up to. Feel free to chat
what you want to chat about? Hey,
I actually might be having a stroke today, I think, chat. But feel free to talk about what you were doing. I'm running a scene, so I won't be able to respond in voice, but I'll text when I get the opportunity to. What the fuck is wrong with me, guys?
Good question.
You're doing great.
I'm just trying to find on Archives of Nethes where I can find the exploration activities again. So give me a second to be able to find that. There it is.
Yep.
I found it, but we got it already.
Yeah, because remember how we didn't kill that mushroom? It kind of scooted
It disappeared.
away?
It did, yes,
Yeah.
it escaped, and it could
fucked
jump
off.
you anytime, yeah. So an investigation is a recall knowledge, meaning that that's seeking out information about your surroundings. That's less physically spotting dangers and more investigating like stuff around you to find secrets.
So that'd be more of like a scout thing?
That you would want to do. Yeah, it would be scout.
Yeah. Okay, then I will attempt to scout.
Okay. That means that, Pod, you're going to scout ahead and behind the group to watch for danger. Everyone's going to get a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative rolls. Sly, have you figured out what you'd want to do, or do you want me to pass you on for now?
Pass me for now. I'm still reading.
No worries. Valentin Dolke!
Oh my god.
What?
One way.
What?
Say it, I guess.
What?
As if I need to elaborate.
Valentin Dulce!
Dulce leche.
Let me look at the party sheet real quick, because I'm wondering if we have something that we could maybe want to get identified, like a potion or something, if we haven't yet. I don't think so.
Did we pick up anything in particular from the... Oh no, I think most of the things broke when we were fighting the Mirror Man Simulacrum.
There is one thing that you all remember you just left behind right now, those of you who interacted with it. No! The weird teddy bear.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
remember everything was cursed.
Yeah. The bear that wanted you to kill it? Nobody went back for that.
I was definitely not here during that.
There was a teddy bear that was begging you guys. It was
a child. It was a
begging us to
childhood
kill each other.
a toy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but at one point I did say, I'm just gonna shoot this bear, and it started going, yes, please, let him shoot me. So we never ended up doing it. Zandra has a magical pendant, but I don't know if I'm supposed to see that.
Yeah. Yep, I have it on. Yeah, it's literally attached to my hand where everybody can see it at all times. So yeah. No, you're welcome to see it. I haven't had a need to use it yet.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it needed identifying, if it was something that was picked up, but I guess that's just something from before, so it doesn't matter. Okay,
It's
let's
part
see.
of my class.
I'm going to do the super fun thing of investigating then, to recall knowledge. I suppose... What do I have as a recall knowledge? That would be fun to figure out about this area. I guess I would like to investigate if there's any more of those magical shrooms that we've met before. Wait, am I trained in nature? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm trained. Okay. It's a wisdom check? You kidding me?
Tis
Okay, what's
a
intelligence?
wisdom check.
Okay, let me see what it say. Intelligence, Arcana.
I loved that stuffed animal so much. You should expect to see it again at some point, especially since you
Oh lord.
fucking left it behind.
Yeah, of course.
Never mind, I don't have a survival. Otherwise I would cover my tracks. Our tracks, rather, as we move. I think I'll just, Oh, wait, do I need to repair something, maybe? No.
Oh, another thing to note is that when Zandra woke up, by the way, she no longer has her halo out. She's, it's gone. She's not talking in a triple voice. You can tell that she's no longer,
Stretch,
her
thank you so much,
ultimate
Eldridge.
personality.
I guess I'll just, I'll do a recall knowledge arcana on our surroundings, see if there's, you know, anything on magical nature around us that we should be wary about.
I'm just trying to look through your items to see if there's anything that you guys could look through.
Activities. Am I so far up? Right.
And that's just to recall knowledge?
Yeah, it's but the investigate
my model just broke.
option. Just if there's anything that is magical in our surroundings, something that could either be an issue to us or something that's interesting.
So, essentially, you recall that big detect magic that Podge did outside the mountain that revealed the mountain was basically steeped in all sorts of bad mojo energy, right? As you're doing tests within the mountain, as you're walking, so every time you take a break, you're testing the air, you're testing the rock, you're testing anything for, like, magical confluence, you're not finding any evidence at all that you're in a big magical field. You keep getting tests that just come up as conclusively as if you were just anywhere else in the world. Everything's within acceptable levels. And yet, very clearly, those who had done detect magic before, Podge, you will remember, that the mountain was just giving off bad energy that was spreading outwards. I will remind you, Valentin, you never did any testing back then with your kits.
Right.
Magic.
Okay.
I got a sore throat, so I'm having trouble speaking today, chat.
I mean, that does tell us something, but I don't know what yet. I would have to run further tests.
That's what you get with your investigation.
Right.
Alright, Zandra. Oh, you already told me what you're doing. No, Burya told me what they were doing, right? No.
No, I did. I
No,
said
Burya!
it was my
It's
setup.
Undyne that I'm missing. That's right, Undyne.
Yeah. Me! That's me! I'm gonna use the scout action.
Someone's already using the scout action.
Fuck!
It
I'm
does
gonna
not stand.
hang on. I was so prepared. Okay. I am going to.
Podge is already scouting around.
Ooh. Does everyone have? How's everyone's con? Do I know how like sturdy you all are?
I'm a nerd.
For
Okay.
meta purposes, you can look on the party sheet. For in-character purposes, you can always ask them. Just
Are
not
you asking?
using the word
Are you,
Constitution.
are you asking us for our 3 slices?
No, because I Constitution modifier. Okay,
Don't
we're gonna
dignify
hustle.
that with a laugh, Podge.
We're gonna hustle, and we're only gonna be able to hustle for.
I'm
10
sorry,
minutes.
I'm sorry, Undyne, but hustling isn't going to help the party because you've already got people scouting, which is halving speed. Everyone
Yeah,
has
but
to
if
hustle
we're moving
for
at double,
hustling to
we're
work.
just moving at normal speed then.
Everyone has to hustle for it to work as an action.
Yeah, but you do it for. If you're in a group that's hustling, use the lowest Constitution modifier among everyone to determine how fast the group can hustle together.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I'm still.
But
Everyone has to hustle.
we all need to pick hustle as our.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because a group moves as fast as its slowest member.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna fucking begin with my shield race and move defensively. We're already moving at half speed.
Yep, sure. And back to Sly.
I'm going to avoid notice.
Okay. I believe you have a feat that lets you do that for the group, don't you? Or did you not take that skill feat?
I have quiet allies. I don't know if that applies here.
Let me just read that real quick for you. Quiet
I'm also reading it.
allies. Yep, when you avoid notice and your allies... So the allies would have to all have chosen to follow the expert. Sadly, they didn't do that. So that means that avoid notice is not going to help the party at all.
Would it help him specifically?
It would allow him to do a stealth instead of perception to determine his initiative.
Is your stealth better than your perception, Slide?
That's a great question.
It is. It's 2 points better. You have a plus 13 to your stealth initiative and a plus 11
Then
to
I'll
your...
just go ahead and do that.
Okay. Cool. I need a stealth check. Remember, also, this is something else that we found out Sly last session. In your activities, when you scroll to see the skill that you're doing, okay? So it's going to be
There's a
under
mouse.
stealth.
There's a button.
There is, but also, if it says the tag secret, you have to drag and drop it into the dice tower, because you're not supposed to see the result. That is how you can know what is secret and what isn't. If it says...
Where would the tag be?
So in your activities, if you scroll to stealth and you go to sneak, in your case, which is what you'd be doing here, you can see to the right of it, before the button, that it has move and secret for the tags applied.
Okay, so I would have to go look at that one instead of the one I'm looking at right now. Okay.
Yes.
Instead of avoid notice.
No. Sorry. Does avoid notice say sneak beside it?
Nope.
Then in that case, it's not a secret check. You can go ahead and roll it openly. Kind of weird that it isn't, but alright.
I mean, it does have a description in the how to use saying that it may be better to hide it. I'm not sure. You want me to just do it hidden just for the sake of... Here, we'll just do that.
Yep. Cool, thank you. Alright. Your time passes as you travel through the Darklands. You're not heading deeper into the Darklands, though. You're actually heading towards the exit to the mountains. Meaning that you're constantly on a decline rather than an incline right now. Throughout the courses of the day, and the more in this direction that you head, the less side passages you need to take. In fact, you're pleased to find a very large portion of the day appears to be traveling well-used roads that crisscross through massive caverns, like strands of web going all around. It makes you all feel very small to be in such large indoor areas with massive twisting roadways of varying height changes and more. And eventually you all come to a bridge. Most of the bridges you've been through have been natural stone bridges held up by huge archways or more. There's a signpost by this bridge. 3 different arrows. One pointing back the way you came that reads Victory Peak. One pointing in the direction you know you need to go that reads Forewarned. And another one that appears to have been kind of tacked onto the sign, not at the time of the sign's creation, as if someone just nailed this arrow to it, that has something written in Undercommon, which I'm going to type into the chat now for you all.
I can't read this. Can anyone else?
The fuck is a stickler's quay?
Yeah. A stickler? What's a quay?
Oh, so you
Is
can
this
read
some
it.
kind of goblin or undercommon or what? I can't
Well,
understand
there's-
this either.
Well, there's no... Right. There is no apostrophe after the R on sticklers, so it sounds like there's several sticklers.
Valentin, you can actively see what the language looks like. Does it look like that language normally uses apostrophes?
I don't know. I mean, that's just a translation.
The sign is
What I'm saying
unclear.
is that the sign is grammatically incorrect in Undercommon.
I have no thoughts on this. I know no grammar.
I take time. No, I don't, because I actually don't know if it's supposed to be several sticklers.
Let me continue. This points down a very narrow side passage that would require squeezing to get through. Right before the bridge, there is a second sign on the bridge. Unlike the stone land bridges you've been kind of coming across, this is a wood bridge, clearly spanning over a chasm. The chasm, at a quick glance over the side, looks like it goes down several hundred feet. Those of you with dark vision cannot see the bottom. It looks like at once this was a land bridge, much like the ones you've traveled, but something happened to it, and now this rickety wooden bridge has been placed in place of it. It's held by suspension ropes that look like it's been jammed into the ceiling, and the whole thing looks like it's on the verge of collapse. The sign beside the waypost that I just read out to you all reads in dwarf what I'm going to type.
Do we have any means of traversing the gap? I don't think any
You
of
mean
us are.
aside from the bridge?
Oh God, I miss Oasis.
And underneath that sign is a bowl.
Is a what?
A bowl.
Oh, okay.
A bowl?
Okay.
A bowl.
I didn't know
I
if you said
should have been
bowl or
able to read
bowl.
that river, but it didn't translate.
You'll have to contact Fantasy Grounds Academy and see what's wrong with your sheet.
I can probably tell because I've had the same issue before.
Did
let me
I
see
just
what
spell the
mine-
language wrong?
The language should say dwarven, not dwarvish.
Dwarvy.
Hi, Law. How's it doing? Valentin, grammar police. Proj, grammar criminal, is what chat says.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Hi, La.
Well, the bowl, the sign of it says 5 silver for safe passage, no change given.
No change given. They really
Well-
are sticklers down in Stickler's Quay.
Huh. Good one.
Which makes it more probable that it's supposed to be sticklers plural, because otherwise they're hypocrites.
There's
Who
more
else
than
is
one
giving-
meet this.
Who's gonna be giving the ride? Do we see anybody here waiting to give free passage?
Well, it could also be that if you try to pass this... Oh, there used to be a bridge, you said, but now there isn't.
There used to be a stone
There
land
used to be a
bridge.
land bridge,
Now
but
there's
this is
this
some kind of
rickety wooden suspension bridge that crosses the 60-foot gap.
Okay, well... I'll take out 5 silver. I'll put it in a bowl and see what happens.
You feel 5 silver poorer as you place it in the bowl.
Okay, I start crossing the bridge.
Okay, how far do you move on the bridge? How many move actions? And what kind of move actions are you taking?
Whichever one is walking.
So there's a lot of different movement actions, okay? Hello?
Hello?
There's a lot of different move actions. Are you doing 5-foot steps for a total of 60 feet? Are you striding? Are you crawling? Are you running?
I'm striding.
Striding?
Yes.
Okay.
Confidently.
And how many strides are you taking a turn?
How many feet were they?
It's a
The
60
bridge-
foot,
the bridge.
60
The
foot
60 foot?
bridge. Yep.
I'll go 30 feet.
Alright.
Oh wait, no, I wanna.
You're not doing anything else before you get onto this bridge?
I mean, I got my grappling gun. I'll be fine.
Okay.
You guys are very confident.
Valentin,
Yes, very confident.
Valentin with his bulk of, what is it, 4.5? Because you've got your backpack?
Oh, right.
I don't know if you set
yeah.
this up for this character. You don't have a backpack.
No, there is a backpack somewhere. Because I've put
Actually-
location backpack.
You don't
And I know I
have-
had.
You've
well,
got
I
a
had a
climbing kit that
backpack.
says location backpack, but I don't see a backpack in your inventory.
There is a line underneath the whip that is blank. I think that's supposed to be the backpack.
I imagine you would have a backpack, so go ahead and put
Well-
a backpack there.
I know I had one before, and I haven't done anything to get rid of it.
And then please arrange your items so I know what's in the backpack and what isn't, so I can calculate your bulk.
Okay, well.
Did you get your backpack cut off or something?
No, I don't think so.
Because you've got a lot of stuff that you don't have as equipped or anything.
Well, so before we before we started thinking about how like bulk and everything were being used, I just took everything that I didn't actually need on my person and just put it like at camp.
Okay.
And I haven't updated it since, so...
I would like everyone to please take a moment to put location for all of their items, calculate out what their bulk should be as their weight. I'm going to go over the rules right now really quickly so you guys understand. Again, if anyone needs, or is everyone pretty comfortable at knowing how inventory and weight and things work?
I've got
I'm good
everything.
with mine.
I guess I gotta put backpack on some of these things.
Yep. Remember, a backpack will reduce the weight of what you're carrying. It won't automatically lower it, so you have to record how much weight your backpack is reducing on you.
Well, okay, so actually, I guess I was unaware of how backpacks work.
The first 2 bulk, I think it was, right?
A backpack can store 4 total bulk of weight. The first 2 bulk that's been placed into it counts to your total bulk as 0.
Okay. I do not have a backpack then. I don't think I ever grabbed one.
Okay. I'm going to give you a backpack, because remember when you did your shopping for everything that you would need to travel in a expedition, you would have picked up a backpack at that point.
Okay, do you want me just to add one to my inventory?
Yes, and then in location in your inventory, please put where you are carrying everything. Whether it's on your hip, on a belt, if it's in your backpack or not, because your actions economy changes based on where you're drawing the item out of. Something that's on a belt pouch, for instance, much easier to get a hold of and only takes 1 action than getting it out of your backpack, which takes 2.
How do I mark something as being in the backpack?
Do you see where it says location? Just type in backpack.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep, so location for your backpack is on your back.
So, like, if you have an adventurer's pack or something, and you added that to your inventory, it'll automatically say backpack for the items that come in that kit.
Yep. So take a minute, guys, and everyone please do that so we don't have to stop and do this again later.
I have it, and I'm heavy. I don't... Even with the backpack, my bulk currently is 7.4. I don't have a penalty until 9, so it doesn't affect me, but... I don't know.
I think I got it all under control.
Could you remind me what the sign said, please, Dwarven speakers? We didn't type it again, so... I forget the translation.
Of the dwarvish sign?
Yeah.
What was it? 5 silver for safe passage, no change given?
Okay.
The only one who can confirm that is Valentin right now.
I don't have a water skin anymore, that's right.
I mean, technically Sam can, or not Sam, Sly can do that too, right?
Yes, he has Dwarvish on his sheet. He should have updated it to Dwarven, but Sly isn't here right now.
Oh. Huh. I don't know if I want to... It's getting on the bridge with Valentin could be damning him more than helping him. So I'm... At this point, I think Burya is just like standing nervously, maybe pacing a little bit by the other end of the bridge. Looking for any sign that it might like be weakening or if there's any strain on any part of it.
As a note, the way that I word stride, the first stride you take is a brisk walk. The second stride is a jog. The third stride is you full out running.
How the fuck possible?
Ugh. Sorry, guys. Valentin, is your inventory ready?
No.
Okay.
I must have messed up somewhere. So I'm redoing it.
Right now, anything labeled camp or home is currently being transported with the main bulk of your army.
Mm-hmm.
That would be in your supply wagons there, so you can access those things when you get back to them.
So how do we make the backpack reduce our equip load by 200? Two bulk?
It won't do it automatically. You have to record it somewhere on your sheet. Manually.
Okay.
And then that way when I glance at it, I see your backpack and I know how much is in it. So if your backpack doesn't have a total of 4 bulk in it, then just record how much is in it. Somewhere. You can generally do it right beside the backpack if you want it in the backpack's name or on your notes tab, wherever you'd like it. Just that way if I ever audit your sheet to see if you are over encumbered, you'll let me know.
Cool.
To go over
Should be
again
good
what
to-
over encumbered does, if you are over no pen, you are considered clumsy.
I should be good to go.
Perfect. So currently I can see
double.
that you've got 3 weight in your backpack. Right, Valtria?
3.1. Yeah, I just moved my water skin in there.
Which
that should be
reduces-
literally everything is either equipped,
Yep.
like in a pocket or in the backpack.
Which reduces your weight down by a total of 2. So
Although, well, when I put the when I put the weight for the backpack in the
I
weight
wouldn't
section,
put it in
it
the
added
weight
that
section.
to my total.
Yeah,
so
I
just-
think I wouldn't put it in the weight section. I'd put it in beside the name in parentheses how much you have in the backpack.
Gotcha.
That way it doesn't mess with the calculations.
got it there.
So in total, with 3.1 bulk in, your bulk is actually 2 less, meaning you are at 5.3 rather than 7.3.
Yep.
Let me know, Valentin, when you're ready for me to narrate your striding.
With 2 bulk less, I should be at 4.8.
Okay. Being at 4.8, you stride once, a third of the way across the bridge. It sways and creaks beneath your feet, the boards threatening to give way at every step. You have 2 more actions. You've made it a third of the way.
I'll go another 30 feet.
30,
Well, I'll do another stride action.
which is 25 for you, right?
Right, exactly.
You instead of taking a brisk walk, speed your pace to a jog, jogging across the bridge, causing it to shake even worse than it was before.
That's
the bridge,
what stride meant, huh?
Well, stride. I actually said this a second ago. Your first stride is a brisk walk. If you stride a second time on the same turn, it's as if you're jogging, and then the third time it's a full-out sprint.
Okay.
Would you like to go back instead of jogging?
Yeah, I would just like to steady my pace then, if that's the case. I
If
guess.
you stride again, it becomes a jog.
Right. So instead, I'll just stay
All right.
where I am.
Taking it.
See what happens.
Taking it slow, Valentin stops in the middle of the bridge. A third of the way across the bridge. Is anybody going to do anything? You are all currently on the other side of the bridge.
I'm going to wait until Valentin's across.
I'm gonna wait too.
Shouting anything? Doing anything? Anybody? You
It's
all
not
Feel
this
safe,
bloody-
Valentin?
I give a thumbs up.
I'm starting to think about
Damn,
what my
homie.
final
Nice
words should be
cock.
in my journal. Should I
A button has
perish?
been dancing for 7 months. Won't-
Thank you so much
What,
for the.
what I'll have the time to write as I fall to my death.
Everyone watches as you cross the rickety bridge. You're a third of the way across. It is a new round. If you stride again, it's a brisk walk, not a jog.
Really should have climbed a rope before I started going ahead, but a bit late now. I guess I'll do another brisk walk.
Around this section of the bridge is where it must be the weakest, being a suspension bridge. You're in the middle of it, and the whole thing sags under your weight, making a sort of downward curve in the bridge. It's barely held together. The ropes around you are stretching and straining, and as it creaks beneath your weight. You have 2 actions remaining.
Could I?
There's 10 feet away from the edge of the bridge.
You mean the end of it or the edge? Like, what do you mean by edge?
The other side. He's got 10 more feet to go.
Okay.
So it sags a lot more towards the end?
I'm narrating while you're crossing the middle.
Oh, right.
It's a 60-foot bridge. You went 50 feet. You're through the sag.
Well, can I make repairs to the bridge? I don't know. Can I use my repair kit to steady it somehow?
Do you have the supplies to do so? Planks
No.
and fresh rope?
Probably not. I have.
Does anybody have
some
the spell
rope.
mending?
So
We
to
don't have
repair
any
the
sorcerers
bridge-
here, do we?
To repair the bridge, it would take a few hours to do. With rope and the planks at hand, you would be able to. But it's going to take a while because you would have to, cut parts of the bridge to replace the rope. Probably not something that you want to do while you're on it.
Right.
With a climbing kit and some pythons, you could anchor yourself into the rock wall and then, repair the bridge like that.
I guess I could do that once I've crossed over. That I just start working on the bridge.
It would.
But-
It will use up time, meaning that you will not arrive at your destination. You will have to take a day here, and then it basically you're going to add a half a day's travel.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll just wait for this round to end, and then I'm gonna cross over on the next round.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Watching and waiting.
How far is the gap? How long is this?
60 feet
60.
is how long the bridge is. You can,
Is there
instead
any-
of using
is there
the
any-
bridge,
no.
try to scale the rock wall horizontally.
Yeah. But my question is there a way for us to secure pythons and rope from one side of the bridge to the other in the rock itself to try to create some kind of
A rope
additional
line? A rope line?
basically, yes.
Yes, there
And
would
take
be.
just a bit of your weight off of the bridge and
There-
create some other sort of safety.
There would be. You'd have to have someone on this side and someone actively crossing the bridge working together to do so. And
Well,
whoever is
what
the
I'm
person...
thinking as a way for me to try to get it there, oh, never mind. I was gonna throw my triton, or my trident, with rope attached because it's returning, so I could throw it to the other side. Have Valentin take the rope off and secure it on that side. and
What
then
if
have
we
the
throw
trident
Podge?
return. No more throwing Podge.
Hey, I don't think we have returning on Podge.
Podge might be able to take the rope across, because I was
Yeah.
thinking that, but my actual range is only 20 feet.
It
So,
is something that you would be able to do. Every 10 feet on the bridge, you would have to stop and hammer a python in. As an action. And then
Right,
once
but
that
we
is
could-
made, it would be for everyone else who would have to cross after would have that fallback.
Okay, other option. Valentin's almost across, right?
Yes.
I can mage hand rope to the other side.
You can also see on the side of his backpack there's a 50 feet of rope tied to it.
Yeah, because we need
Then I
both
can-
lengths. Since it's 60 feet.
It's not an issue of having the rope that will cross. It's an issue of anchoring it into the rock wall so this way there's, it's not just a slack rope across the bridge.
Yeah.
So
But
someone...
if Valentin's on one side
Yeah.
Like, if Valentin gets across the bridge and can anchor it on one side, and we can anchor it on the other side,
It would be slack in the middle.
Would that help with anchoring the middle, maybe, if it's already secured on the other ends, and we try to make it taut?
That would reduce.
So, like, we would still...
That would reduce 2 of the actions that you'd be expected to make anyways. It's going to be a total of 8 actions while crossing the bridge to anchor them all in.
Ah.
2, 1 on each side, 1 on each of the endpoints, and then 1 every 10 feet of the way.
I don't see this not being worth it, even though it's going to take time, because I don't want one of us to plummet.
It sounds worthy. The one that we can maybe shoot, like someone could do it while not having anything else on them, so maybe they don't make the rope sag or anything, so just leave their gear behind, and then they spend those actions fairly quickly, you know. Like maybe if Podge were to put the things in.
Is Podge strong enough to hammer it into the wall? What's required to get the pythons? A strength check?
Crafting.
Oh, crafting.
Yep. Because you have to know where to hammer it in, you have to know how to tie the rope off and secure it.
I mean, I could do that, like if I could go back.
Yeah, I only have a +3 in crafting, so...
I have nothing. Like, it's int-based, so I'm not the person for this job.
I mean, I'll do it on the way back for sure. I feel like that's a worthy time spent.
Regardless, Valentin, you're 10 feet away from the edge of this awful rickety bridge.
I mean, I'm gonna get over and just remove all the gear that I don't need, apart from, like, the pythons and, you know, my climbing kit.
Sure, unequip it all, and as you lay your backpack down.
Right. And I just bring the essentials with me to make the necessary makeshift repairs.
Which would be a rope, your repair toolkit, and you'll need pythons. So your hammer, rope, and then your climbing kit are what's going to be needed.
Right.
This will be consuming your climbing kit.
That's fine. That means that I have one less way to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Because you are not coming back for these pythons, right?
No.
Yeah, generally
no.
You pull them
I'll
up after
get.
you, but in this case, you're doing.
I'll get new ones in.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you get across with no problems. Please just unequip everything off your character sheet that you're not taking back with you.
Oh god, and then I gotta fucking remember to put it back on then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
And change the location of your backpack, obviously, to, other side of bridge. We'll call that side the north side of the bridge. Okay?
Okay, and then...
Your rope you can tie as a belt around your waist while using it.
Oh god.
This is a puzzle, by the way, so it is important to be clear with what you're taking across this bridge and what isn't.
I need repair toolkit probably, right?
Yes, you need your repair toolkit. And remember, it's dark, so it's hard to see.
Well, someone has a torch out. At least it says on the effects.
Yes, which will cover like 30 feet. So you're walking in darkness where you're at.
Fine, I'll put a torch lit on my side,
Okay.
but I'll leave it like on the other side of the bridge.
Sure, yeah, it's a little dark in the middle side of the bridge, but now you can see both ends.
Yeah, but I have low light vision, so that'll probably cover for the last bit.
Yep, that will absolutely cover for the last bit.
I can't wait to see that my backpack's been taken. I'll leave the grappling gun on me just in case. I'll leave this behind, leave this behind. I probably need a... I'm not going to take off my armor. That I can't take off. Because I need my full power for this. Wait, do I have 2 hammers?
Ugh, breathing is hard.
No, I don't. I'll keep that with me. I'll take off my gauntlet buckler as well. Okay. I'm really keeping myself naked now.
So your weight is 4.3.
No, mine... Oh yeah, I left. Oh. Well... Huh. Oh right, yeah, I didn't have that much in my backpack to begin with. But I did take off some...
Right.
Like, I only had like 0.5 otherwise extra weight I added.
You can take off your armor.
Yeah, but... how long is it gonna take me to take off my armor?
You're only wearing studded leather, so like less than a minute.
I give everyone a little striptease on the other side.
What are you wearing underneath your armor? It's rare that people get to see you without it on.
Well, just a red dress shirt. A like cravat necktie. Yeah. So it's not very much of a striptease because I'm not really getting stripped. Right, okay. I'll take off my coat. Yeah, so I'll unequip that. Wait, where did it go?
3.3 is what your weight is now.
I'll leave my grappling gun behind.
Alright. So, you begin crossing back. Your first action is to stride 10 feet.
Yeah.
Alright. Roll me a craft check.
That'll be 28.
That is a good solid check as you feel like that python's pretty secure. That's 2 actions. What are you doing for your third?
Pray.
Alright, roll me a religion check. Sorry, that was just, I'm just counting, keeping track of what he's at.
Okay, let me see what activities. Religion.
Recall knowledge religion to say a little prayer. And who are you saying it to?
God or goddess, or I guess deity of curiosity, secrets, whatever.
Sure. You will mutter a little prayer beneath your breath. Alright, anybody doing anything before I move back to him? That was too excited to take off your armor.
I feel super helpless. Like, there's not a whole lot we can do on the other side.
There is tons that you guys can do on the other side. Don't forget, you can always be doing perceptions, looking out for dangers. You could be investigating. You could be rolling recall knowledges of your own. You could try to figure out who this stickler is. You could try to figure out what happened to the bridge in the first place. Who built this new thing here? How long it's been here? There's all sorts of stuff you can find.
Question.
Yeah.
How many actions has Valentin taken? Like, how many rounds?
It has been 4 rounds, so a total of 12 seconds. Or, sorry, more than that, because it's 6 seconds in Pathfinder, not like in Cyberpunk. So double that, 24 seconds.
Can someone just keep track of my gear on the other side in case someone starts stealing it?
Sure.
Okay.
Roll me a perception, Podge.
Okay. Perception. I click on the little +6 next to it, right?
Yep. Okay. Remember, in activities, if it says it's supposed to be a secret check, though, to roll it secretly.
Does it say it's supposed to be secret?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't think so. You just said roll perception, so I just rolled it right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's a perception check, so you'd be doing something with it. This would be like a, what is it, a seek?
Seek.
In your activities, if you scroll down. Yeah, it would be a
so
seek.
that would be secret, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be, but it's fine. We're still getting used to the system, and Phoebe's not here, meaning we're all lost without her. So don't worry about it.
We don't have a guiding star.
You're keeping a good lookout for his things. Anybody else doing anything?
Probably waiting for a safe, wait for it to be safer to cross.
Sure, yeah. Alright. Valentin, what are you doing on this round?
Brisk walk.
It's 10 more feet.
Donk, 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 donk.
Craft check.
I think I'm gonna spend a hero point on that one.
Sure, go ahead. Spend that hero point.
Forgot that we start with 1.
Oh boy.
You feel
That's
somewhat confident. However, confident of 20 gets you that it's secured.
How far away is... I mean, it's 60 feet long, so I can see all along the
He is
rope.
currently 20 feet from the north side, 40 feet from the south side.
So I'm gonna do a perception to see if it looks secure to me as well.
It's going to be a craft check.
I'm gonna backseat drive this rope. This rope securing.
It is going to still be a craft check. You can see what he's done, but that doesn't mean that you'll have the knowledge of how secure it is.
Okay, what about investigate?
It would be an investigate, yes. So it's going to still be a craft check. Recall knowledge crafting, I believe.
Fuck.
Surely one of you have a positive intelligence.
Hey, I got a +3.
See? Oh boy.
Well, I can't roll it anyway because I'm untrained. Right?
I can.
Let me double check if you can't do a recall knowledge untrained or not.
I don't
But
think you can.
let me.
It
look
should have
at your
been secret anyway.
Nope. Crafting recall knowledge is not a trained thing to need to roll. You can roll that as a basic. So,
But is it a secret check?
it is supposed to be a secret check,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
you're right.
sorry you don't know you nat 1. So, Burya, you want to help him,
To
right?
be fair, this is way more funny than I'm not gonna, you have to understand, I'm verbally helping him. I know that I am way too heavy to go on this bridge right now.
Sure.
I'm not gonna physically do anything. I'm
That works for me.
just trying to see if I think it looks secure.
For the next time that I'm narrating him, trying to nail something in, I want you to verbally roleplay giving him a -2 to the check.
Okay.
Alright?
I'm so sorry. This is what I get for trying to help.
As you
All
try
right.
to take the help action.
Okay.
Alright. Anybody else doing anything? No? Okay.
Nope.
No?
Valentin,
Don't.
you're 20 feet away from the north side. You're moving into the darkness now. Take it away, Undyne.
Okay,
Put
let
your back
me...
into it. My grandmother ties tighter knots than that. You've got to really push that python in at an odd angle. If it doesn't look a little awkward or isn't a little tilted, then you're not doing it correctly. Those look too pristine. It doesn't have the grit of the earth sewn into its very knots. Come on.
Undyne, get a hero point.
Is this because I made a much better camp than yours? What is this? Stop backseat driving. I will ask for direction. I will ask for directions when I need to.
Alright, craft check me, Valentin.
-2.
Yep. Podge, you spot climbing the north side of the canyon.
Huh?
Oh boy.
The north side of the canyon, there is this strange pale creature. It has a weird oblong oval head with huge bulging eyes on either side. It appears to be somewhat scaled and has a fish-like face with this weird elephant-like snout. It is scaling the wall using its claws, skittering towards the top of the north side of the bridge. It's currently about halfway there. It'll be there next round if it takes all its actions to climb.
Is it like heading towards Valentin?
No, it's going to the north side of the bridge.
Oh. Guys?
My stuff!
Am I on mushroom crack again, or do you guys see that weird little fellow?
Valentin,
I mean,
who's
not to
30
say,
feet away,
listen, we
can't
all look a
hear
little
this.
different, but...
Valentin is 30 feet away, can't hear this, but pointed out, all of you see the weird little white creature clambering its way up the rock.
What? Can we identify it? Do I recognize this creature?
Yeah, I'd like to do an knowledge or lore esoteric on it.
Sure, of course. And let me just make sure that you don't have dubious knowledge.
I do have dubious knowledge.
All right. And do remember, I believe that was supposed to be a secret check.
Is it lore? Lore is a check? Where should I be seeing that it says that? Because on my skill sheet, it doesn't say that. Should I be looking at
So,
activities?
lore esoteric, is that one that you would, yeah, it's in activities.
It's part of
it'll
my
tell you.
class. It's part of my class.
It'll tell you in activities if it isn't, but generally, lore checks are recalling knowledge. They're recall lore. And generally, they are all secrets. Recall knowledge lore is a secret check. Recall knowledge nature is a secret check. So I would say recall knowledge esoteric is a secret check.
Yeah, Val, if you click on the little dot on the far right of anything under the activity screen, it'll bring up the little tab describing it, and that there's
This
like a
isn't
fifth row down
normal
that says
activity.
traits.
This isn't a normal activity, so it is understandable to me that Valtria did not know if it was supposed to be secret or not. Because
Yeah, it's
this
also
is-
not a normal skill because it's based specifically on the class. It's not like something most people have, right? It's
Yep. I've looked this
So-
up before. Well, actually, hilariously enough, a lot of people have dubious knowledge, and other people
well,
have
dubious knowledge,
lore
yes, but
esoteric,
not,
yeah.
not lore.
It's a recall knowledge check from what I've looked up into it.
Okay,
So, your dubious knowledge could apply here,
gotcha.
but
Okay.
remember that's only if you fail that it would.
Hmm.
This creature, from what you are able to recall, is a creature that's supposed to only exist very, 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 very deep in the Underdark. It is a race of strange little fish people that are similar to goblins. This is called a Snifablin. They're not
So weird!
They're not particularly intelligent, they're just weird little dudes. They live around large areas of water, worship weird gods of their own invention, and have some local psychic influence and reality-bending abilities when there's a lot of them gathered in one area. This
So
is
is it
just
coming?
a lone
Sorry, go
one
ahead.
climbing directly up the north side of the bridge. You don't know if it has anything to do with the bridge, but you can tell it is going directly for the stuff Valentin has left behind.
A fellow after my own heart.
Yeah. What ho, stranger?
I don't know if they're smart enough to talk. That's a
Snifablin.
Snifablin.
The Snifablin, as Burya shouts to it, stops and it's climbing, and its head rotates 180 degrees like an owl to stare at you with its weird fish-like face and sort of elephant-style trunk. It stares at you, both of its eyes pointing in different directions, and says, and then points upwards at the cliff face where Valentin's bag is.
That's not yours!
London, you make me break a bag.
I mime, like, eating food to see if it's hungry or something.
Alright, roll me a perform.
Fuck. I mean, I am charismatic.
You are very charismatic. Let's see how good you are at this.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Alright, go ahead.
Shut up. I've not been rolling well in any of the games.
No, that's worse. That's rough.
The
Oh,
Snefablin's trunk.
I can't use another one, can I?
You can't use another one. It doesn't. You can't double
Okay,
stack it.
so a 9.
The Snefablin's trunk kind of extends out and then attaches over one of its eyes and makes this weird, like, little suction motion and then just pops off of its own eyeball as it just, again, continues to stare at you in 2 different directions. Its eyes on the sides of its head, looking 2 different ways.
Let me see.
It again says,
so-
pointing
So
at
you
the,
said it's
the
from
bag.
It's very deep in the Underdarks where they're from. Are we deep enough that
Extremely
it should be here?
God, no.
So it's okay.
The Darklands, it's supposed to be much further down. It's basically so far down that it coexists amongst big lakes of water and then big lakes of magma and lava.
This little guy's far away from home.
Its trunk then does that weird suction thing to its other eyeball, and Zandra, you know that that's this thing's way of rehydrating its eyeballs. It's blinking.
It's blinking. Oh my god.
Ew.
It has to have its trunk
It's
attached
the
over
equivalent
its
of
eyes.
licking its eyeballs, right?
Basically,
like lizards
yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take out soap from my backpack, misunderstanding and thinking that maybe it's trying to clean itself. And
it's just blinking. You don't. That's a natural thing. Don't worry.
You mean it's not dirty?
No. Well, it might be dirty, but its eyes are definitely. That's how it takes care of its eyes. I don't think it
Wait,
needs
hang
soap.
on. I have. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Okay,
that's
so
one more
I
thing.
have.
These things are
I have
dumb
wire
as
rim.
bricks.
I know.
Yeah,
I have wire
that's-
rim glasses that I take out of my bag and put them on and perch them on the end of my nose. And I'm not gonna know anything about this name, but it does grant me a bonus to my diplomatic skills. These wire rim glasses with large circular lenses were invented for the sole purpose of avoiding awkward confrontations at social gatherings. They grant you a +1 item bonus to diplomacy. These are the glasses of sociability.
Underneath
Sociability.
Underneath the trunk, the creature has this weird vertical slit that then opens up on the sides, and you realize there's some sort of strange, just toothless mouth. Its jaw has just dropped open in awe at your fancy glasses.
I pose. Haha! I see you too are enamored by these cool frames that I picked up for my last bat mitzvah. I don't know why.
Bat
I picked
mitzvah.
I don't know if you're familiar, but the Azarketi celebrate their coming of age with the ceremony. I don't know.
The Snefablin trumpets at you and then returns to climbing up towards Valentin's bag.
Oh, no. I put like try to.
Action. You've done one action so far, Buria. And then
Okay.
a second action to take your glasses out.
Okay, my third action is a diplomacy.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna try to tell it not to steal the items, and that we'll be able to like. I'm gonna try to both mimic do not take the bag, but also show that we mean no harm. I'm assuming this is gonna be a disadvantage or something.
There's no such thing as disadvantage. The DC's just really high if you're using common. You don't
Okay.
know if this thing speaks common. It's pretty unlikely.
I don't know. I'm pretty damn diplomatic, bub.
You could just be like, Was that supposed to be a secret check, though? I don't actually know.
I don't think so.
Does it have to
Diplomacy's not.
I just want to double check. It probably
River
is.
just wants every check to be secret, so
No,
he can't
no.
use hero points.
No. I actually don't know, and I'm trying to get used to it myself of checking. Oof. So what is this under? So this is a... So are you... Right, remember you have to do the specific actions. Are you trying to gather information, make an impression, or make a request?
A request.
So there is actually a skill for that. If you look in activities underneath diplomacy, it is not secret. The reason for
Okay.
this is you might have skill feats that affect very specific activities. I'm not going to make
Okay.
you re-roll it. The number for you is exactly the same. I just want it to be done there.
Okay.
And that doesn't include your +2, does it?
It does not include the bonus from the glasses. It's a 25. It's
And
only
your-
+1.
Your request is don't steal the bag.
Yes.
The creature looks at you, turns its head back, looking upwards at the bag it's climbing towards, then looks back to you and goes, "Ah!"
That doesn't
Nice.
seem positive, huh?
Can I yell at it in Goblin?
Of course you can.
I'm gonna yell at it in Goblin and just say, "What are you doing?"
It stares at you.
I don't want to kill this thing if we don't have to. Oh.
Maybe. Okay,
It's
I
about-
also speak Undercommon, right?
You do.
I'm gonna try and ask it the same thing in Undercommon.
Bag! It says in Undercommon back at you.
What about it?
Want.
No.
Yes.
Mine.
No.
Trade.
I can speak Undercommon too! What are you guys doing? Don't take my bags!
I say trade?
Yes.
What you want?
For a moment, it takes both of its hands off the wall it's climbing to try to gesture out a lot, and it just fucking falls like 15 feet before grabbing back into the edge of the rock, and its eyes, like, get wider and bigger, as if it very clearly was not planning on doing that.
How big is it?
It's a small creature.
I wish I
about
had.
Smaller than you.
I wish with all of my heart that I had some kind of spell to.
Well, I have a spell that I can probably get it over here. Oh my god, this character sheet's making
This
me
is
so
fucking wild.
So, it like, again, it just fell like 15 feet, grabs back onto the edge, but it was trying to gesture, like, big widely as if it wants a lot of things.
sad. Hang on. Sorry, I need to check this skill.
It also made a weird trumpeting sound, kind of like, as it fell.
Can
As
I-
a note, just as a note, Valtteri, I want to do a little bit more information on the Snifablin. This
Yeah.
is like one of God's reject creatures. Like, just,
It touches my heart.
it's a
Just like me,
creature-
for
That's
real,
why
for
you
real.
love him.
It's a creature that's evolved for living underground and living in and around water, but it doesn't, and it's very fish-like, but it doesn't have gills. It has to use its trumpet to both store water and air in it based on which area of terrain it's in. It can't
Amazing.
breathe underwater, and it actually doesn't breathe air all that well either.
Oh no.
Oh, this poor baby.
The only reason
Can I
that Snifablins haven't been entirely wiped out is because their reality warping powers allow their weird evolutionary anatomy to work. The
Amazing.
Snifablin lives because it believes it should live, not
my God.
because of science.
This is
Like a-
literally just like goblins in Starfinder, where all of their shit is put together with like duct tape and spit, and it works purely because. Oh no, it works in Warhammer.
Orcs
Never mind.
in Warhammer.
There's,
Yeah.
there's a saying amongst dwarves, and that's to be to be truly happy is to live like the Snifablin, in sheer defiance of everything around you.
Can I say to him, "Need help"?
It says.
You sure?
Again, it goes to do a non-criminal shrug, which again would take its hands off the rock wall, and it very quickly again scrabbles back onto it before falling this time.
Okay, I'm gonna try to cast levitate on it, but the issue is it needs to be willing to be levitated.
You could have cast levitate on me this entire time!
No. You're a big boy, you can do it yourself.
Okay, what does levitate do exactly?
Okay. Levitate allows you to move yourself, another creature, or an object up and down as you wish. A creature must be willing to be levitated. You mentally direct the recipient to move up or down as much as 20 feet each round. Doing so is a move action. Cannot move the recipient horizontally.
Sure, its range is touch.
Oh shit, is it?
You would have to touch the creature that you're going to do. Either way,
It says personal or close.
if you
So, 25 feet plus 5 feet. every
really
2
hold
levels.
on then, that's a little
Yeah.
odd. Because to me, when I'm looking at Levitate right now, it says touch. Hello, Mr. Gook. Thank you.
Maybe I'm
Uppies.
looking at an.
Thank you, Hayden.
Maybe I'm looking at an old version.
Can we get a
of it.
shout out for I believe that's Aiden, or is that not Aiden? A button. Because I know that there's 2 buttons I know. One's
There's a
Aiden
button,
and one's
baby, in
a
the house.
button.
Yes, that's Aiden.
Oh, it is? Can we get a shout out for Aiden
Yeah.
in the chat, please? Aiden is an excellent content creator who really likes talking about D&D lore and such like that. Could we just give Aiden a shout out real quickly? That's a button, Chris, if possible. He's another great TTRPG content creator. Please go check him out. All right.
Yeah, my bad. I was looking at an old version of it.
Yeah, the new version is touch.
Is touch? Yes. Okay, never mind. I assume it's too heavy for me to mage hand it.
Well, you
That's gotta
can't.
be like 5 pounds or less.
Yeah.
Valtria, the Snifablin weighs whatever it thinks it should weigh.
So is
Okay.
by the way,
Okay.
is Podge asking these questions out loud, or is Podge just kind of pondering to herself about its
I'm
weight?
asking. No, when I'm talking to it, that was out loud, but the rest is out of character.
Then dying with glasses
Then I
is
won't
a
tell you
war
how much
crime.
it weighs.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm not smart, so I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and just put the hand, have the hand float in front of the Snifablin, as if to say, when you put your hand out and you try to get a bug to climb on it.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a diplomacy. This is a request. Also, thank you, Owl, for yet more fan art of the campaign. If you guys want to see Owl's fan art, remember to join the Hero Factory Discord. You can see it all in the art channel.
Diplomacy request.
You don't actually have the -2, but you have to communicate probably in Snifablin style one-word sentences. Also, Valtteri, it's a miracle this thing understands any language apart from Snafu,
Nat 20!
which is the language of Snifablins.
I was going to say, I'm just amazed that it speaks any language.
With a nat 20, the Snifablin goes to clamber on the hand and falls straight through it.
God, you idiot.
It tumbles head over tea kettle and disappears in the darkness somewhere below. It's doing one loud trumpeting shriek the entire time it plummets.
That's what.
I put my hands on my hips and go, well, that solves that problem.
Well, that's one way to solve the problem, I suppose. Also, it'll probably live.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it'll probably think that it should live and it'll just survive whatever follow happens.
They are shockingly durable, yes. Basically, the
Alright.
creature's got a pretty decent con, a terrible strength, a terrible dex, a terrible intelligence, weirdly high charisma, and terrible wisdom.
Well, it charmed
I'm
half of
gonna
us, so I'm assuming that was the charisma.
I pull the glasses down. No, I say, you can do it, little buddy, and pull them down just a little bit and say, and that's the T. And then I take the glasses off, put them in my bag, and I seem a little less glamorous somehow. So, I think they're tinted.
Megane.
They're actually 3D glasses.
The blue and the red one. The paper glasses.
I almost peed my pants when I heard you say that.
The saggiest part of the bridge, you got a 17 on your check. What the fuck? The saggiest part of the bridge, you got a 17 on your check. Are you doing anything like rolling a hero point or anything?
I don't have any more hero points.
Okay. Next action. 10 feet?
Move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just run this for me a total of 4 more times. The Snifablin was the only threat during this.
Well, that's not great. That's better. So it'll be a really iffy middle part.
Right at the edge, as you're hammering it in, there is a snapping sound as the board that you're standing on cracks and one foot goes through the entirety of the bridge.
Not a big deal.
My god, not the fucking Sirenscape doom sound.
Yeah, that wasn't the one that I thought it was, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it regardless. Hold on, will this work? Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Regardless, it snaps and you're partially falling through it, Valentin. I need an arrest a fall check. It's specialty base arrest a fall. It is specialty basic actions.
Oh, where the
Oh, that's actually, sorry, that wouldn't be correct. It's grab an edge.
Where the fuck is that?
Under specialty basic actions in your activities.
We have there's so much room for activities.
Okay,
Near
there
around
we
the
go.
bottom. Grab an edge.
There we go. Oh, are you kidding me? That was... It's still a critical success.
It
What?
isn't. That was because the DC was set at 0. So...
That was
Valentin-
nearly an 18. Oh.
I watched it just slowly tilt to the 2. That was funny. As you snap through it, give me a minute. I better change the music. Just gonna get rid of the fighting sound effects. There we are. As you crack the bridge, you are only 10 feet away from the edge, by the way. This was the second to last check. You grab hold of one of the boards, which snaps as well. Valentin is about to enter a free fall.
Oh god.
Players, he's only 10 feet away from the edge. He's very close.
Okay.
I mean,
heroes!
But he's 10
I-
feet away from me.
Can I
He's
cast levitate on Valentin?
You would need to jump, and you'd also be falling.
Look, guys,
but I could grab onto him. I'm gonna
this.
throw Podge at Valentin.
Valentin
got this.
screams, I got this!
I got this!
Valentin screams,
Yeah.
I got this, as he begins to fall.
I quickly whip out my pistol. I spin it around, put it underneath me, and I explosive leap back up. I
There's
rocket
no
jump.
way that's how that fucking works.
You aim an explosion from your innovation downward to launch yourself in the air. You jump up to 30 feet in any direction without touching the ground. You must land on the space of solid ground or else you fall after using your next action.
Oh my god, that is how it works! He has to land on a space. It doesn't say that he has to start on a space. I've been allowed. I've been really cool to allow this. I think I could semantics
I
it,
adore
but this
the
is
immediate. That's
hilarious.
not how it works. Oh god, that's how it works. Your reaction to Valentin.
Sure, yeah, you aim your gun down behind you and you launch yourself up through the air, you go flying up above the bridge, and...
I suppose... Wait, actually, I need to double check something. Unstable. I think there's a chance that this just straight up fails, and then I'm in trouble.
Alright, let me see the unstable that check then.
Let's see. Unstable action. When you take an unstable action, attempt a DC 17 flat check immediately after applying its effect. Okay, so it's after applying the effect. Okay, so I still get to do it. Good.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, there's the huge explosion. He goes flying up and lands back on the correct side of the bridge. And with a nat 20, his gun is fine.
And I can use it straight again afterwards. I could explosive leap the next round again if I needed to. Whee!
Regardless, with that, the guideline rope is set to cross. Alright. What's everyone doing?
I'll attempt
I'm
to
still.
cross.
Well, that
What
was
is?
exciting.
How heavy is everybody? I know that that's traditionally rude to ask, but I am
Not.
very heavy.
I am not.
She's top-heavy.
Well.
Okay.
Wow, it is really unfortunate all of you stopped talking at that moment. I was trying to sneak that one in.
I think we're all
Yeah.
a little top heavy here.
Someone's
Unfortunate.
looking.
Someone.
Whoopsies!
Eyes are
Oh,
up
bib
here.
kit.
I've made my
full
choice.
Plate, my full plate is for bulk on its own. So like my full plate is the heaviest thing I have on. I'm really worried that even with the thing that we have set up to secure this, that I'm gonna fucking break the bridge. Maybe I'll go last. I'll go last.
You are very thick.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go next. I'm only slightly heavier than Valentin was. Because he was what, 4.8 bulk and I'm 5.3. So I will cross first.
Are you doing anything before crossing?
I have a 50-foot rope. I will tie it one end around my waist. And then I'll hand the other end to Bertia and I'll say, if I fall, keep me up.
Fall with me. You fall with me.
Okay. I brace myself.
Sure.
And I also go get a snack. I'll be right back.
Sandra.
I'm
Sandra.
sorry. I need to eat something before I take my
No, I just
antibiotic.
imagine. I just
My
imagine. I'm
tummy's
like,
still functioning.
hold this in case I slip, and Buri's like, okay, and then let's go on
Just-
the rope to like search through her bag to pull out a snack or something.
Just for speed's sake, Sandra, just for speed's sake, how many rounds are you going to take to cross? At your speed, if
I'm
you
just
took
gonna-
one
I'm
stride
just gonna-
action and walked as carefully as Valentin did, it would take 3 rounds total to cross.
I will walk at a careful pace while holding the rope that he's secured to the wall the whole time.
Sure, and there's nothing else you're doing?
Nope.
Okay. When you make it halfway through the bridge, the bowl that has Valentin's 5 silver in it, Valentin, you hear a snip sound come from it.
Oh.
And as you glance over to it, you can see that the rope that was attached near that bowl is now hanging free in the wind. Zandra, you hear an ominous snip sound from behind you, and you glance back to see one of the ropes hanging entirely slack as the bridge gives a shudder.
How far? I'm halfway across.
You are. You could try to arrest a fall, which has a much reduced DC thanks to the guideline that's there that you're already holding on to. So it's basically going to be a DC 5 to grab that, and then it'll be an athletics to shimmy the rest of the way across. What are you giggling about, Valentin? Owl? Oh, did Owl draw something? I'm hoping Owl drew...
be a PNG for you.
I'm hoping Owl drew the missile knows where it is, because it knows where it is. I was hoping it was
That's so
the
good.
Fablin, but that is even better. Valentin, that's got to be your PFP for a while now.
Yeah.
So I need to arrest a fall. You said.
Yes, the DC is going to be 5 thanks to the guideline.
Okay. Where is that in activities?
It is, near the bottom. It's not arrest a fall, sorry, it is grab an edge.
Oh, grab an edge.
Yeah, arrest a fall is if you
okay.
have a fly speed.
Damn. You know, I even was like, yeah, I'll totally put 5 silver in this bowl, and then just enough time went by that I just completely forgot.
I did check a good amount of times if you were
That's
doing
100%
Oh.
fair.
Oh,
With
she's
the
going to fall.
With the critical success, you easily grab the guideline that has been set up, and all of your weight is in the middle of the guideline where Valentin rolled the 17. So
Of course.
Let me just roll a luck check. It sags very worryingly as the luck check succeeded only by 2.
Oh, fuck.
So is the bridge completely destroyed at this point?
I hadn't finished narrating what happens with the bridge as you quickly grab that guideline. The bridge snaps all along the right side, the side of the bridge that was the closest to the wall, and basically flips downwards, slamming into the rock face.
So I'm hanging from the wall by the rope, basically. That's it.
Yep. The guideline that you guys set up. Without it, it would have just pitched you off and you would have been hanging from the bottom of the bridge, right on the rock wall. But the guideline set up, seems to hold, although that python that you're nearest, you can see it shaking and shuddering a little bit. That's 2 actions. Your third is going to need to be in athletics to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I will attempt to athletics
It's a
across
climb
the
check,
rest of the
so
way.
it is a climb check in your activities now.
Cool. I will.
I'll let you know before you commit. It is not a particularly high DV, thanks to this guideline that was set in.
Okay, then I will leave it.
Cool. With that check, you're able to shimmy the rest of your way across, but now the bridge is gone, meaning everyone's going to need to make climb checks on that guideline.
But it's me and Podge on the other side, right?
And Valentin, he has, and Sly.
Everyone but me.
And
How long
Valentin's
does
backpack.
levitate last for, Podge?
Let me recheck it.
It only goes up and down though, just as much.
Yeah, it only goes up and down.
No,
Well,
but I can
so
climb
levitate-
across.
Yeah, levitate.
And I
Uh,
can
but
hold
I have to
people
touch
and bring them
you.
with me.
I have to touch you.
I'm on your
Do you
side,
have to
though.
continue touching them, or just
no.
You touch them to cast it, and then
I touch them to cast
Gordia
it.
could then just float across
Uh,
while pulling herself with the rope.
I can only levitate. Okay, hang on. Defy gravity and levitate the target 5 feet off the ground. For the duration of the spell, you can move the target up or down 10 feet with a single action.
The levitating target is trying to carry somebody else.
It doesn't say. It just says you take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls.
What is? Sorry, I missed that.
Levitate. Like, if you're being levitated, you take a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls, but it doesn't say anything about, like, carrying someone else.
Because
says
you can move the
can-
target up.
That would be a second creature, so I'm gonna disallow it. It would be related to your bulk, is how much you could carry across. A whole nother creature is pretty heavy, Undyne. To the tune of, for instance, Valentin, even without any of his gear, really, what he weighs currently, you're a medium creature, right, Valentin?
Yes.
He's like 6 bulk alone.
To get rid of my plate mail, or if I didn't have my plate mail, that would meet exactly what I need to carry without reaching a penalty.
Yep.
I have no penalty at 9 bulk.
Yep.
I'm currently carrying 7.4 bulk.
5.4, because you got a bag. As long as you put more than 2 things in it. Remember that your bulk actually gets reduced by your bag.
Okay.
Although it looks like you
Does
only
it auto-calculate that?
No, it does not. You have to type in the name beside backpack, you have to type in how much is currently in your bag. So the way, I'm going to explain this again because I explained this a second ago. Anything in a bag, your backpack can carry up to a total of 4 bulk. The first 2 bulk placed into it are counted as 0.
Say that, and I do have items in my backpack already.
Yeah. So it looks like from your sheet, 0.2, 0.3,
Most of my
0.4,
bulk are my weapons and my full
0.5.
plate.
Yep, so you've got 0.5 in your backpack right now, so you actually are at 6.9 bulk currently.
Okay. So, yeah, so if I were to take my plate mail off, I could definitely carry another person and not be exceeding my penalty.
Yep, in which case I would allow you to kind of carry them as best, but I would say that I think that doing a whole nother creature is kind of pushing the limits of
What
that
I'm
spell.
going to suggest is that it would mitigate half of their weight. So, like,
Hang on. The levitate spell said you could cast it on an object too, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
What if you cast it on the armor, and we just made the armor float across?
Could do that.
We just push the armor along like a balloon.
Because, like, levitate lets it move up and down, but you guys can push it. Like, or, like, if someone can grab onto a wall, they can, like, climb against the wall.
picturing, even with taking you guys across, it would require some kind of check to guide myself along while carrying you on my back.
Yeah.
That just depends
You know
on
what
whatever
I'm
River
seeing?
does and does not allow.
Yeah, it is a very very
Contentious,
poorly
I'm
worded
sure.
spell.
Well, this is a GM discretion situation.
I don't want to get super in detail, just whatever would make sense. I would allow one creature and its gear and nothing more.
Okay.
Because some of the other rules are like, what other DMs have said is like, oh, you should do your bulk limit. But then I'm like, that doesn't make sense because it's not strength-based. So just, for ease, one creature, their gear, nothing in addition. Or an unattended object.
How long does the spell last?
5 minutes. More than enough time for it to float over.
Does the bridge count as an object?
Jesus, I don't know why.
Can you cast
I can't
levitate
touch
on the
the
bridge?
That would be
It's still a fixed object, as parts of it are still attached to things.
Okay, fine.
would be very-
Entire bridge uppies. Yeah, Jesus, I hate this spell. Why is this worded so vaguely?
Eat my ass.
Specifically so that you can decide what
Present
happens as
it.
the DM.
Yeah. Yeah. Present it. I mean, check Twitter. I'm going to take Podge across first, I think. I'm going to explain this plan or idea.
Okay.
And ask Podge to come across with me first, because then she can concentrate and Zandra can protect her on the other side.
Okay.
That just makes the most sense to me.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. So let me... I mean, you're willing to be levitated, so I'll levitate you.
Levitate me, mommy. I'm sorry, I have a lot of nuts in my mouth.
Bit.
You know what?
I got a
It happens
cat.
to the best of us.
She's
Nice, a
very
facelift.
annoying. All right, so
What? Me?
so you're going undying alone then, Bria?
Did you call me annoying? I'm taking Podge. What did you say was annoying?
Meet my cat. My cat.
Oh,
8-bit.
I thought it was
She's-
me. Shut up,
No,
Valentin.
she's twining around my legs and mowing. 8-bit,
I just
please.
said I have a lot of nuts in my mouth because I'm eating, like, almonds and other kinds of nuts. I don't know how else to describe it.
Don't have enough nuts in your mouth yet.
No, not enough.
You guys gotta
That's so
stop.
hungry.
You guys gotta like keep talking when I'm trying to sneak these in, okay? Don't just all
sneaky.
stop talking. All right. So let me get this straight. You're just floating across Undyne?
With Podge.
Yeah,
Uh,
like using the rope as a guide.
Okay, so you're climbing and Buria's floating.
Well, I'm pulling us, so I still think I'd have to make some kind of a climb check. Because I'd assume I'm pretty unsteady. So I'd be, like,
Podge,
trying
you
to-
You don't need to keep touching them the entire duration of the spell, Podge.
No, I don't.
No, but I'm taking Podge across first so that she can keep concentrating on the spell
You
with
can't
Zandra
float
to
with her
protect
in
her.
your hands. One creature. Is what I've ruled. One creature.
So it
Oh.
only affects you. You can't carry someone else along
Yeah.
I
with
thought
you,
you
is what
said
it was
something
saying.
else before
No.
then. Okay.
One creature and all their gear.
Well, here's the thing though. Podge could tie you to a rope and then just float you across like a balloon.
I'm getting a headache. I'm getting such a
I'm
headache.
sorry.
over
So
this
what I'm
spell.
saying is, what I'm saying
okay,
is,
no. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna be levitated. I'm gonna go across. Podge can cease the spell. However, we can leave a rope on the other side so that I can do the same thing I did for Zandra, and hold a rope tied to each of you, so that I can continually move myself for the duration of the spell.
Little
with the
DM
rope.
tip. At this point, you are all overthinking it. Using the guideline is a climb DC check with 10 to be able to pass.
Okay, never mind. Let's just climb.
It is being very overthought right now.
Okay.
We're thinking about safety first.
No,
River!
I
This is
appreciate
not
it.
OSHA approved.
I appreciate it, and if anybody fails this check, I will assume that there's something in place to make an easier thing and we can go with a reaction.
Don't
But-
come crying to me when Daddy OSHA comes to clap your cheeks for.
We don't have OSHA in Canada.
Oh,
No,
whatever.
we have Wimmis. Daddy
Yeah,
Wimmis is gonna
we
come
got
get you.
Wimmis
Also,
here,
I
that's
don't
right.
think that the Underdark has OSHA either.
No, it's called
No,
Snowsha.
Underdark definitely does not have
It's
OSHA.
Snowsha. It's the Snowfavlin safety.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's what
Well, then
that guy
everything's
and
safety
Snowfall-
I'm
improved because they
surprised-
believe it to be safety improved.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I got away with calling their language snafu and no one's called me on it.
I didn't even hear you call it that.
All right. So just everybody give me climb checks.
check.
Climb checks and
Climb
don't get
check.
less than a 10 just for the sake of my sanity.
I'm sorry for making a lot of noise. I'm trying to chew. I'm pushing the mic as far away as possible.
My favorite is just hearing Undying Crumunchin.
I'm
Thank you guys so much for coming, by the way. While we're at this, I saw an ad just went through. If you guys wanted to avoid ads, remember you can support through that. I have a Patreon, a Ko-Fi, and a lot more. I'm currently saving up for a 2.0 update to my model, which I would absolutely love to get. It's going to cost me about $266 a month. Okay? Yep, that was the fastest hero point I've seen. And go ahead.
I didn't want you to even breathe or look at it.
Yep. And with that, very
Don't roll on
across.
that. Don't roll on that one for my sanity. Instant blows on that one.
Undyne, why do you like doing that to me?
Doing what?
Anytime I say don't roll a nat 1, it's always you who rolls the nat 1.
You talk about it like I'm deciding. Like it's not literally a chance-based thing.
Valentin and Sly,
Blame
both of you.
fate. Not me.
And Sly.
I think Sly is AFK.
He hasn't
Sorry,
rolled
what do you
AFK on.
need?
He's here. I need you to do a climb check.
I want you to know I rolled a real dice and also got a 1. Not just on that. But then I rolled it again and got a 20, so...
Alright, and with that, everyone has made it across this bridge. Valentin, you can reacquire your gear.
Well, apart from the climbing shit, but we already talked about it.
Yep, and the 5 silver
right.
you left behind.
I don't need to give away no
Oh, yeah,
5
but
silver,
that I
no
knew was gone.
dwarves.
Alright. You guys then carry on your merry way, and soon you come to the final place that you're going to camp before you'll need to find a way to signal your army to assault forewarned from the one side, while you guys assault from the other, and finally enact Operation Spit Roast.
Finally. It's almost time.
The mood in camp this evening, as you're setting up in the cavern that you've selected, is... what, guys?
I
What's
take out
everyone's
my
mood like?
accordion.
Okay. Oh, shit! The accordion?
Yes.
I love
I
the
should add to my
accordion!
inventory.
I gotta find this, hold on.
I should add the accordion to my
I have a specific... You should add this to your inventory. If you didn't have an accordion before, I'm just gonna give you a free one for this joke.
Thank you. I did not have one before.
Welcome to your accordion. It looks like shit, though. It's like cobbled together. No one wants to buy it from you.
Oh no, I made it. It's really bad.
Nice. Alright. Podge takes out her accordion as you guys have finished the camp chores, getting everything set up. And, who's the cook tonight?
Sandra will pull out her instrument as well.
Cooking?
What's your instrument?
Is there a skill involved in as to how good this food?
No,
Dr. Biscuit, stop it!
I'm not going to make
It's
you
a
roll
craft.
anything, but it would be
It's
a craft
obviously
check.
a craft check.
Actually, you know
I'm
what?
gonna
Sure,
go
yeah,
fish
it's a
it.
craft check now.
Ah.
I
yeah.
hate you.
What?
Make us food.
Like, look,
I don't know how to cook.
I have one set of skills.
It's really
It's
all
just
he's
a-
good at is crafting. Don't forget that he almost died in the very first fight when Rai blew him up.
I'm too busy eating meat and nuts.
Hello?
Yep, I'm sorry. My snack.
Okay, well, I'm a cook. It's an okay meal.
It's an okay meal. Alright, what's the mood like in the camp, guys? Set the scene as Valentin's cooking tonight's dinner. Some fish caught by Buria.
I'm playing a sad lament to our little friend who fell. into the depths.
Even though
Even
Sam's still a little peppy.
even though I solved a problem with that, I still feel a little bad, so I'm playing a somber tune on my accordion.
Zandra has pulled out her instrument as well and is just kind of like plucking along to the song that Pod just started.
And I start singing.
Okay, what's it sound like?
Yeah, Podge.
Oh,
Give me.
Snuffy, you had it toughy when you fell down the hole.
He's fine, just like the halfling wizard.
We don't know if we'll ever see you again.
What was the halfling wizard's name again?
There was a halfling wizard.
Valentin looks over to Zandra and asks, "Hey, do you remember the halfling wizard?"
The one that's
you murdered?
No, I did not. If anything, it was definitely
This is a dinner
You're talking about the one
conversation.
you threw, the one you sent off of the.
Well, I
Sandscape, right?
sent him off with the hopes of him getting a magical item to be able to blow wind in a certain direction so he wouldn't fall to his death, but he wasn't handed the bloody thing before he was sent off. So if anything, it was what the fuck was Rye's other character's name?
Valentin.
What?
Valentin suddenly
Excuse me,
stops
Valentin
as if he's
killed
trying to
one of our
remember his
previous
name.
characters by sending them to plummet to their death?
You were there
No.
for this, Undyne. Do you remember when you guys were on the skiff fleeing and there was?
I
the
think it was
halfling-
actually
the halfling
no. I
wizard
think that was
part of
no.
the
That was
mercenaries.
no. It was before Undyne joined, because Undyne joined us at the crypt, and we
Yep.
got to the crypt. We sent the halfling off. So we had a halfling wizard, a divination wizard.
Tell us
who
in
was
character.
very.
Tell the story in character.
Well, I don't remember his No, actually, I don't know if Valentin would remember his name. I don't remember names well.
You can always recall
so-
knowledge.
Fine, I'll do a society.
Third person.
I'll do a society check to recall knowledge.
Go ahead. And is this check on Rye's old character's name, or?
Both the halfling and Rye's old character. We left him a week ago.
I believe the halfling's name was Tyrannus.
Pretty badass name.
It was until you killed him.
I didn't kill him. He's not dead. So
You're right. He's just taking a swim out in the sand ocean.
So
still.
there was this halfling wizard named Tyrannus. He was very much doom and gloom, and he said, "What's the point of living? We're all gonna die anyway." And I gave him a pep talk and talked to him about how if you know that when doom's coming, then you have nothing to fear, and so you can just keep on going in that direction, or something along those lines. And when we were attacked by a behemoth in the sands, I had a plan concocted where we would launch the halfling with a ballista onto the creature, and he would then cast a spell on it, and then come back by using the a fan that would blow him in a certain direction afterwards. And the halfling was all about that plan, and because he was a divination wizard, he could also see into the future, so he definitely believed in that plan. But as he was sent off, what was Rye's other character's
Lloyd.
name again? Lloyd, what it was. Lloyd, our other wizard friend, decided to not hand off the magical item.
I would like to point out that this plan was not run by Lloyd at all. This was completely between Valentin our halfling friend.
I was
they
talking
launched
to
him without clarifying this with Lloyd, and Lloyd was not
not
brought into the plan until the halfling was already sent.
I was talking to everyone at the same time. I don't know how this is so difficult to understand.
I got distracted by the fact that you said concocting.
Hey, yo.
Concocting.
Oh. Concocting.
So what?
Anyway.
You want me to sing a
Was this
song
because
about
Lloyd
that guy
was-
too, or...
No, I was talking about how because he
So
was
who
a
pulled the
divination
trigger on him
wizard.
being sent out on the ballista?
Well, the thing is, he was still a divination wizard, so he definitely knew
1-1.
what his chances of success was, and he still decided to be launched by me. So
you launched him before you made sure he had the thing that would save him?
So
You
you're
also-
victim blaming is what you're
I
saying.
told Lloyd to hand it over to him.
You also
Lloyd just
recall
did.
Tyrannus several times said that he had predicted that he was going to have a terrible fate that voyage.
Voyage! What?
Either way, he's definitely still alive.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
as
that's
is this
kind of the
And I'm a
part-
dragon.
Fablin. Oh, that is new knowledge to me.
You're a dragon?
Wow,
No.
you have been hiding it well.
Sandra
I'm
like
excited.
Sandra like rubs her temples. No, I'm not a dragon.
And that is the story of the time that Valentin fired a halfling out of a ballista, and he just face planted into the sand.
He didn't faceplant. He landed on the creature, cast shocking grasp on it, and then just followed down with the creature. But the creature had no way of devouring him at that point.
At this, Podge looks at Valentin and goes, "Cool story, bro," and then keeps playing the accordion. Stuffy, you were so toughy, but we
He's
all
still
very
toughy.
sad when
He's
you
still alive.
fell in the
He-
hole.
He's
Gloria's
still alive.
clapping and like kind of rocking along to the music. She's very taken by Podge's talent.
So the plan, the mood in the camp
know your
before
deal.
the big battle is strangely cheerful and nostalgic as the party bickers amongst itself, plays an accordion, claps along, and eats some fried fish.
Sounds like a good time.
Hell yeah.
You need the EP for the this is my new single. Snuffy, the whatever the fuck that thing was called.
That's
That's the whole name, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited for your next release, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Make sure you
I'm
put
always
explicit on the
excited
bottom.
for my next release.
What is
Oh,
Slide?
what?
What is
Okay.
Slide you doing during all of this?
Taking a shit. He's AFK.
That's a
Yeah.
mood.
Alright.
Sly is probably scouting out stuff. And trying to stay as far away from Podge singing as possible. Because it seems like singing and music and this
Yeah,
kind of
like,
stuff with us
I-
is probably something he does not want.
Watch
Can
number
I
one.
confirm to you that Podge is not a bard?
Watch number one, Zandra. Everyone else is beginning to settle down finally.
Yep.
I didn't make a friendship camp this time.
Do I need to make a perception check? Or do you need me to do anything?
I
on
make
what
a
you're
bigger,
doing.
better. I make a bigger, better friendship camp.
This is technically still an exploration activity. It's just one that you make yourself,
Oh.
and you're not.
So,
you're not actually.
so I need to
moving
do
right
one
now.
of the exploration activities then?
Yeah. Yep. And then I'll
Okay.
yeah. Search is generally what you want to do here because you're keeping an eye out. So a seek,
Sure.
because you're keeping
We'll
an
do a
eye out to
search.
make sure that there's nothing stealthy sneaking up to the camp.
Sure. Then I'll do that search.
Go ahead. A
So
seek.
sorry, a seek.
Yep.
Is this? I'm so confused.
It's in
Is
your
this a-
activities.
Okay, why is the search a different activity than the seek? But I'm doing the seek for the search. Okay, whatever. But it's a secret, so
Yep.
drop it here.
Yep. All right. You do your best to keep an eye around the, sort of camp. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Cool. when my turn ends, I go over and I wake up the next person on the watch order. I think is Pot.
It is.
It is.
Podge is the number 2.
Yep.
Podge. What are you doing for your watch?
I'm. Good question. I'm not very actively scouting the area. I'm mostly transfixed by like, what the fuck was that thing?
The Snifablin?
It's still on my mind. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not from that deep in the
Surface level
non-trademarked
Underdark.
Yeah. If you don't want Darklands, if you don't want to roll a Seek, you could instead do some recall knowledge or some checks on Snifablins.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to recall. Yeah, let's see. I'm using this little search function that's in the character sheet.
Yeah, it's very helpful, by the way. In your activities, if you're ever confused, there's actually a search bar. So you can just search for the skill that you're looking for.
Should I do recall knowledge nature?
That would work.
Okay.
For me, recall knowledges just get you different kinds of information.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the nature of this.
So,
Before
you roll, as an example, an arcana would be you trying to muse and figure out how it is that they warp reality around them. A society would be how they structure themselves in society. A nature is like biological, all sorts of stuff.
No, I think nature's is where I want to go with this.
Yeah. Snifablins, kind of don't have a lot of information on them. They're encountered so rarely because they exist so far deep down that some people aren't even, certain that they're entirely real. Seeing one, visually confirming one existing, is really odd, especially this high up.
Oh, okay.
That's all you get for your roll. Either
All
way,
right.
your watch ends uneventfully, and it's time to wake up Sly.
Alright, I wake up Sly.
Roleplay it a bit. It's been a while since we had any roleplay with Sly.
I shuffle my way over to the wherever Sly's nestled up for sleeping. And I'm a little awkward about it because Sly and I haven't had much time to get acquainted, so I'm a little weird about it. So first I kind of try and nudge him with my foot. Hey. And see if that wakes him up.
Does it wake you up, Sly?
Probably would.
It wakes him up.
How abruptly do you wake up?
I mean, pretty abruptly.
I scuttle
Not like
the fuck
shoot
off,
to my.
Like you see my little glinty, glowing eyes in the dark, and you're just and then you just hear a voice from somewhere near you. It's your turn.
Thank you, Podge.
You're welcome.
Alright, what are you up to? If you're just keeping an eye out, please roll a Seek.
Where is that?
You can search it in activities. There's a search bar.
Seek? Nothing comes up.
SEEK. Nothing came up in your activities?
Nope.
We have scout and search for exploration activities, if that's what you're looking for.
That's so weird, because I just typed in Seek on your character
Seek
sheet in the
is
search
Seek
bar.
is listed in basic actions. It's not
Yeah.
an exploration activity.
It came up when I was
I'm looking.
searching it.
Yeah, I've got it on my character sheet as well.
Yeah, it's when you use the search bar in activities, so you got to be in the activities
Yeah,
tab,
that's what I'm doing.
and you're searching.
Basic actions?
Yeah, is there a plus or a negative? Can you screenshot me what you're looking at? Because I don't know. I don't remember. You can see it. I'll show you what I'm looking at.
Sometimes
Under
search functions and
activities,
things
right?
like this can be weird. It's going to be under basic activities, yes.
I posted what I'm seeing in chat, Sly.
I don't have basic actions.
You're going to need to go to Fantasy Grounds Academy and ask what's wrong with your sheet. For now, just roll me a perception.
You want me to conceal it?
Hold on. Do you have all the modules loaded?
I should, unless they got
They
deloaded after the
sometimes
last
deload.
update.
There was a huge update, and sometimes they do deload. Take a moment and check.
I am. Yep, they're all loaded.
Okay, just roll it manually for now. And please, secret.
Okay.
You have to go to Fantasy Grounds Academy and ask what's up. Your watch passes uneventfully. And the next person that you're going to have to wake up is Valentin.
I will walk over and nudge him with my foot.
Disrespectful, but got it. You know, I would wake you up by shaking you gently by your shoulders.
Valentin
I
says as he
did, with
wakes
my
up.
foot.
With my foot.
One day, maybe you'll learn manners. Very well. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna take out my journal and I'm going to reach out from around my neck and I'm gonna take out a chain that has a ring on it and I'm gonna place it inside the journal. And then I write a couple of lines in it for a while, detailing the day's event.
Damn, homie. Nice
Hey, Elena,
cock.
thank you so much for resubbing. And
Yelena Tori
alright,
has been
Valentin, are
dancing
you
for 8
rolling any
months.
exploration actions while doing this or not?
I mean, I guess I'll just is there really not a exploration action for perception? Huh.
It'd be seek if you're looking around.
Right, okay.
With a 25, you spot something out of the ordinary that everyone else...
Well, what's the point of me rolling it secretly if you're still going to tell me the result?
Because I wanted to let chat know what you got that time. Because you succeeded. Everybody else failed because they didn't know that there was DC to roll against. Because they didn't know how high they rolled. You succeeded. So, anyways, you spot something a little out of the ordinary. Being that you were on cooking duty, it was not your responsibility to clean up after everybody. It's someone else's job to put away the cutlery, the bowls, things like that, wash them and such. And yet, all of the bowls are back out by where you guys had dinner, with all of the cutlery laid beside them, aside from the fact that all of the knives seem to be missing.
I pinched the bridge of my nose. Why does this always happen on my watch?
And then you spot it. A small, tiny, minuscule creature the size of a beetle. But very not beetle-shaped, as it has 2 arms, 2 legs, and seems to be entirely cased in rock, meant to resemble a knight's armor. The little creature is holding a butter knife and is marching back and forth in front of one of the bowls.
Oh, hi
It's
there,
better
little
becoming
buddy.
your best friend.
I already have a beetle best friend. Am I gonna get a new one?
As you approach the creature and say, "Hi there, little buddy," it looks at you and waves its butter knife at you.
Whoa! Easy there, easy there. I don't mean any harm.
It holds the butter knife out horizontally in front of itself with both of its rock-encased hands, and then drops the butter knife to the ground. It clatters. The creature stands there, its arms outstretched, hands open, butter knife on the ground in front of its feet.
Baby. Baby.
I'm gonna mimic its movements, but with my rapier drawn.
The creature, after dropping the butter knife, drops down with its hands and feet on the ground and begins to rotate its feet and lower half of its body around its hands, needing to pick them up every now and then as it does this strange little rotation dance on the ground.
Oh.
Is it dancing?
Huh?
Is it breakdancing?
It's kind of doing a little breakdance in front of him, exactly.
Sitting is
I'm-
the opposite of standing.
I'm gonna try to imitate the dance in my own, like, in whatever way I can. That's a 20.
You begin doing it quite well, and I'm still trying to find the dance thing. And Valentin, you've encountered one of these before, I believe. It looks
In this
different.
campaign?
Yes, in this campaign. I believe you encountered one made out of sand. And they did a little T-pose dance, or am I fucking nuts?
Well, I
What
remember.
you do with nuts in your personal time is up to you.
I remember us reading it in that one Icewind Dale campaign.
It's doing this, but small.
Right.
Regardless, it's just doing that in front of you while you stare down at it, and then you start mimicking its dance. It's during this time, Buria, that your watch naturally comes, and you're a pretty dutiful person, so you wake up. You see Valentin doing this in front of what appears to be all of your guys' dinner bowls, laid out as if you were about to eat.
Are you up for a snack? What's going on? Why are you breakdancing?
I keep my composure and I stop dancing. And I just stand up, brush myself off, and I'm just gonna walk up to Buria and just gonna say, "You didn't see anything." And I'm gonna go to bed.
Is the little thing still there?
Do you go over to investigate what he was doing?
Yeah, of course I do.
You don't find the little thing, but what you do find is a geode placed perfectly in one of the bowls.
Well, I'll be damned. Jolentin found Jolentin. I
Jolentin.
Jolin.
combined his name and geode together in my brain.
Jolene.
Valentin found a shiny rock.
Jalentin, that's just my wrestler name, like The Rock.
Jolentin.
The geode is currently
Lucky I'm
whole.
sleeping.
It would take jeweler's tools or a crafting kit to crack it open, or just a good solid strike with a hammer.
That's neat. I'm gonna pocket it and put the bowls away.
Okay. Add 1 geode to your inventory.
Okay.
No, it's Jalentin.
Jolentin. What flavor?
You put the bowls away, Valtria.
Strawberry?
Valtria.
My name is not Valtria. 1, 2. I put the bowls away.
I'm sleepwalking, don't worry.
Yeah. While she was like, I have to keep the camp clean. I mean, I'm just gonna look out for any signs of danger, whatever that might be. Is this seek again?
Yes, to keep an eye out.
Okay. Only one.
You don't spot anything out of the ordinary, but clearly there was some sort of creature that was here at some point. You spot teeny tiny little feety prints, as well as a little bit of rock dust on some of the butter knives, and one butter knife missing.
Those are the cutest little feety prints I've ever seen in my whole life. And I'm very sad I didn't get to see whatever made them. I'm assuming it's fine, considering Valentin breaking it down sick nasty style. I'll go wake up. I think I'm the last person to keep watch, though. No. Yeah, I'm the last person to keep watch.
I guess we lost a couple people.
Yeah, it's the end of the day. All right. Rise and shine, everybody! It's morning.
Blah.
Blah.
It is morning, and now might be a good time to talk about your battle plans. You guys will be approaching into Forewarned from behind, a secretive area through into the outpost. Your army will be approaching from the front at the exact same time. As a DM reminder, your task is to deal with the leadership, whoever is at this outpost and in command of it. You know the outpost is occupado, but you don't know by who or by what.
How much of, well, I guess we're really just missing Phoebe at this point. I was going to say, how much of this do we want to plan without everybody here?
I might also invite a guest player for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no plans to do so currently.
Yes.
We have do we know what this area with the outpost looks like? Like, do we have a
none that are
map
up to date after the cataclysmic event? No one's been able to make it through here. Some of the refugees have said that their family members tried going through Forewarned, and they never heard of anybody who's tried to go through that area.
Great.
Butler did offer to get you the old maps, but in the end, when you guys went through them, Butler was like, yeah, this probably isn't like...
Okay.
Like, it's almost not worth having around.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like... Are we just going in there guns a-blazing, or are we gonna... do we have some kind of tactical... I'm saying this to the party.
Yeah, if we have no idea what to expect in there, it's kind of hard to prepare. I think probably best idea to have the army attack from the front, and while our enemy is distracted by them, then we try and sneak in and do as much damage as we can before we get noticed.
I'm into that plan.
It's a good plan, but it'll all come down to what happens once we, get there and are aware of our surroundings and stuff. Until then, it's all just, hoping things go well.
Right.
The group falls silent.
Oh, sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so what we're saying is that since we don't have any idea of what the layout in there is like, or what we'll be walking into, I think that the best idea is to have our army attack from the front, get the enemy's attention, and then while they're not expecting it, and they're distracted, we then sneak in through the back and attempt to do as much damage as possible. But aside from that plan, I'm not sure what else we can plan for when we have no idea what else we'll be walking into.
Is this where the double penetration's going down, or is that elsewhere?
This is the double penetration.
All right. Perhaps
if they have
we
a
do
leader,
some kind
perhaps our objective should be to get rid of their leader, to maybe cause as much chaos and disorganization amongst their ranks as possible.
Well, I was thinking the other way around, actually.
Django of the
Have
Dunes
us
Once-
brought one bidlings to the deaths.
Well, if we still have the element of surprise, we have an opportunity to get closer to their leaders without them being alerted to enemy presence by our army clashing with theirs. They also might not be battle ready at the time that we strike.
That's true.
So, if we make a preliminary attack and have our forces come in while they're disorganized in camp, then there is a possibility of routing the enemy a lot earlier. The main issue is that we're putting ourselves at further risk.
That was my concern, was that if we do that, there's a chance that we don't have an easy escape from battle, and we get caught there, and our forces don't arrive in time to relieve us, and we have to face the entirety of this force alone. And I don't see that going well. But I'm not entirely opposed to the idea.
No matter what, we're going to have to get some kind of idea of what we're up against once we get there and can see it. So perhaps we
do we
focus
wanna
on
wait
scouting, and then we decide after.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
that might be
Getting some,
the best
getting
bet.
We
more
can't make
information
any-
would be good.
Right. We can't make any assumptions about things that we don't know, or make any plans for
So
a
how-
battle that we can't anticipate.
How close are we? Are we close enough that someone could go out and scout this and come back within a reasonable amount of time, or are
Yes.
we like?
Yeah, if
Okay.
you sent someone out, it would be about a 3-hour scouting mission. There, hour to get there, hour to scout it out, hour to come back. Assuming that, they don't get caught.
Do we want to pack up camp, get closer, and then send our scout in?
Any closer, if the outpost has outriders, risks you being caught.
All right. Well, then maybe we
Sly,
just send our sneakiest
You being a
spy.
scout
Sneaky
for the
sneaker.
army knew that automatically.
Okay. Then I guess we send our sneakiest people in, scout. They come back with information, and we go from there.
Yes.
All
I
right.
agree.
Who's
Let's
going?
scatter down.
go.
Everyone looks at Sly. Everyone looks at Sly.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, Sly. You trudge off through the Underdark, alone. For once, unless there's anything you want to do before leaving, or if you want to chat at all with the party.
No, I'll just start heading there.
Okay. You trudge off through the Underdark alone. Thankfully, this is all flat terrain now, big, wide space. This is all ruins. As you begin traversing what once would have been a very decorated highway. Major pillars dotting the landscape. Carved stone rather than natural cave. It's quiet, There's almost no real sounds around. Only you and your thoughts lie about as you walk through an area that once had so many people going about their daily lives. This was once the great gateway into the advanced nation of Kadrin. These tunnels. Beautiful murals, pipes, and technological advancements that once likely kept these caves lit are forever darkened. Do you have any way of seeing in the pitch black darkness?
I do.
What do you have?
I have dark vision.
Aren't you a human?
During character creation, I took a dark seer.
Oh, okay. You're able to see in the dark then the pipes, the murals, the burned out electric lights, the tubes would have connected this highway. As you approach, the highway begins to narrow as you get closer to the outpost. Before, there is a massive set of double doors, carved maybe 20 feet total in height, and 30 feet in width. The doors are completely shattered, hanging off their hinges as pieces of them lay all around the highway. Thankfully, that makes for pretty good cover. Beyond that archway, where there's only 3 pillars still standing to hold up the ceiling, is whatever remains of the outpost once known as Forewarned. You're going to need to roll me a sneak to get closer.
Sneak.
Yes, please. And a seek for your perception. Alright, thank you. Give me just a brief moment. They've just changed how the way the UI works in Fantasy Grounds, so I'm trying to sort out how to share a map with you right now. I'm just having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out how I'm supposed to show you this damn map now. This is my first game I've been running since the UI update. Really, it just won't let me right-click anymore. Do I have to go into this? Wow, that's kind of obnoxious. Either way, you should see the map now, Sly. And if you can't make anything out, then it would mean that your dark vision is not applied on your character sheet, so you'll need to take a bit and apply it to your sheet.
I don't see a map.
Then in that case, you're going to
Nothing popped up on my screen.
Double
you
click
will.
your token?
Yep, double-click your token.
Clicked on my token.
So again, you probably don't have dark vision applied on your character sheet, which means that even if the map pops up, you're not going to see anything.
Well, there's no window that popped up at all.
Right, you got to double-click your token.
I did.
So you're going to open your character in the top left.
Mm-hmm.
So in your character sheet, the top left, you're going to double-click your token there.
Did.
And then you click on the target.
Okay, that time it worked.
Okay. So if you can't see anything right now, it's again because you don't have dark vision applied on your sheet. You're going to have to take a moment and get that working. let me know when you have. Oh, that's interesting, Sly. You should probably narrate that at some point. Your eyes are as dark as pitch.
Sly has black eyes and it's just never mentioned that?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's always wearing a hood, so.
I mean, none of you have mentioned it either.
Well, because.
How are we supposed to know that? You don't
How
even know
the
to
fuck
describe
are we
it.
supposed to know that, you piece of shit?
Sly, have you added dark vision to your sheet yet?
I don't know how.
Okay. Can the player help him? I don't know how to do it from a player side. I only know the NPC sheets. You'll need to probably check with Fantasy Grounds Academy after this to audit your entire sheet. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Looking it up. Let's
Thank you.
see. It's not there.
It would be an ability, right? Is it a feat?
It would
Or-
he's already got the feat. I just checked that. It's probably going to be under his
Oh,
senses.
just adding.
His senses
Yeah.
on his main page, so he's just got to put it on.
So what is the
Do I just
sense
type it in?
actually? It
It's
could
called-
work,
It's
but
called dark vision.
Yep, that worked. You
Okay,
Just type it in.
there we go. Excellent. All right, Sly. You step out into an area that has water streaming all down around you as some of the cylinders and the piping in the area has burst, spraying what appears to be cool water all over the terrain. You creep forward using general cover, and you are able to see a few things in the distance. You should see two entirely metal plated. Oh, let me just change to the maps this way chat can see. Give me a moment. There we go.
I have a question for you, Sly. You have a Gloom CO2 then, right?
Yes, I
both,
do.
yes.
Okay. The heck is a Needle East?
You see these two diligent machines made entirely of metal with the cloaks of a symbol you don't recognize wrapped around them. They're very tattered. They seem wet, as if the creatures dealt with the water in the area quite regularly. It looks like they stand about 6 feet tall, the both of them, and they're positioned by 2 stone bridges each. You will have to get by those creatures if you were to go any further in those directions, but you should be able to see on the map there's some different areas that you might be able to poke your nose in through as well. Just remember, the further that you go, the more likely you are to get caught. Please roll me.
Are they giving any
Initiative.
indication that... Well, okay. Since I'm in stealth, do I roll stealth instead of perception?
Yes, very much. Alright. Go ahead, Sly.
And they're not giving any indication that I've been noticed.
They're just standing there.
Menacingly.
I'm gonna go off to this hallway on the left. It's 25 feet or 30 in Pathfinder.
Whatever your speed
Take
on
my
your sheet
character sheet.
says. Oh, I'm sorry, that is my fault. I should have unlocked your token so you can move freely.
Oh.
But there you are. Your token is now unlocked so you can move freely.
Movement. Yep, 25. Okay. I'm assuming if I'm not seeing anything, it means there's nothing there, obviously. Or without a detailed search.
There is,
Like no
actually.
people in the hallway.
There is actually. Do you see on the very far left those strange creatures? Not actual tokens, but just on the map.
Oh, in the water area?
Yes, in the water area.
Yes.
Give me a minute. Just trying to figure out. Ah, here we are. What does that say in its title?
Tusked frog beast.
Yep, you see 3 of those lounging in what appears to be a pool. There are various, stages of this pool. It's clearly a habitat made for these things, and they're just kind of vibing there with their big tusks sitting in the water. There's 3 of them in that pool.
Uh-huh. What about in this area that looks like it has books?
You see an arm. Thick, stocky arm with lots of wispy white hair on it, holding a quill and scratching at what appears to be a journal. You cannot see from the angle the owner of the arm. You can only see that arm. What you do note is that there is a suit of black armor, as black as tar, with spiked pauldrons, resting just beside the desk within easy reach.
Oh no, he's gonna be hot, isn't he? I'm gonna be attracted to this person.
I'm gonna move a little closer and try to get a better look.
Sure.
Can I kind of like peek? I don't want to move to like a half position, but can I like peek around the corner?
Peek, so you can move your token, and I'm going to assume that you're within that spot. So as you come around that corner, give it a sec. You should see that token. It is a dwarf with no beard, black lipstick on his face. He's wearing a red undersuit, which you normally wear underneath heavy plate. His hair is white and wispy and kind of swept back. He seems to be very, very thick, very, very muscular. On the table right beside him is a metal flail with 3 heads. And give me a second, as I do need to roll a perception now to see if he spots you, as you've come into his line of sight as well as your own.
This will be fine, I'm sure.
If he's seen you, he hasn't reacted yet, as he's just scratching in his journal.
I'm going to back out the way I came.
Oh, there is one more thing that you spotted, or you can update your perception if you wanted to see if you see more or less. So
should I just go back to where I was?
Yeah, and then roll me a fresh seek if you want to spot anything additional, but if you roll less than whatever your secret roll was, then you're not going to spot anything additional.
Yeah, 1 sec.
The armor has a insignia on it. It looks like a... perhaps it's easier if I just link this. It's a little difficult to explain. Can I show it in-game? Give me a second. I wonder if I can. I wonder if this has already come uploaded. That'd be so nice if it did. Oh, I can even give you this guy a full look of what he looks like, by the way.
Huh.
And that is the symbol. That is the symbol on his armor and shield.
Interesting.
As well as the insignia that you see.
Well, that's concerning.
I I really hope it didn't show the title because there wasn't.
Oh, it absolutely
I know
did.
that in
I'm just trying to
Speaking of-
pretend that I didn't see
disregard
it.
seeing what that title.
Yeah, I'm pretending
know
I didn't
that
see
one.
it. But yes, it did show the titles.
I hate the new UI. I haven't figured out how to hide stuff yet. Regardless, that is what you see.
Oh,
Alright.
that's gonna be fun.
In addition, with your perception, you hear the metallic clanking of a lot more of those constructs, marching around in the vicinity. There's probably hundreds of them. It's a good thing you've got an army.
Oh, this will all end well, I'm sure.
Are you going to creep back to the party now? Or are you gonna
I'm gonna try to
more?
scout the other side a little more first.
Sure.
Wait, where is this?
So remember, only go 25, and then that'll be your third
Yeah,
action.
I know.
Also, do you have anything that lets you move at full speed while sneaking?
No, I
Do
don't.
you remember to check? Well, then you would be making a lot of noise if you keep moving, wouldn't you?
Alright, great.
Remember to look up how movement abilities work, as well as your feats and things, because I could have sworn you did have something that helped you with stealth. Regardless, are you stopping? Pick a square to be in, dude. Now that you've peeked around the corner. All right, awesome. Thank you. Don't forget to end your turn. I did it for you manually right now because I know it's been a while since you've played with us.
I turned to the rest of the party members. Maybe we should have, ahead of time, maybe had some sort of time limit so that if he doesn't report back, we go in regardless.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, he would have told us otherwise, right?
Yeah, we'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Slides, back to you.
Okay.
You heard movement throughout the outpost.
So if it's half speed, is it rounded down?
I believe everything in Pathfinder rounds down, yes.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I can only move about that far then. That's one action, and then another, and that's my final action.
Back to you, Sly.
Okay.
If there's stuff patrolling, you haven't spotted it.
Ah. Okay.
You spot another one of those pools. You hear splashing and movement within it. You can also see that there are some side passages further down the way.
But I would have to
Most
get past the
importantly-
automatons.
Yep, and most importantly, you see that on this side of the chasm, there is a set of doors. Undyne's just let us know that she's got to jump out now, but thank you so much for coming, Undyne, and we'll see you next time.
Landine.
Undyne?
Already gone, I
He's-
think.
She's already escaped. She's free.
She won't be here to see my gruesome death.
Neither are none of us, to be honest.
Speaking of your gruesome death, it's your turn.
Is it more frogs?
It is more of those strange tusk frog creatures. Another 4 of them sitting in here, as well as you can see their food bowls.
So they're domesticated of some sort, or at least trained.
Very clearly, yes. They seem to be also very well taken care of, judging from what you can see by how much food is piled into the bowls.
It doesn't look like there's any side hallways from in here.
Does not look like it. You'd have to roll a proper seek to see if there's any hidden doors or anything. You also have to get close enough to do so. You don't know how perceptive those frog beasts are. You don't know how long it is until something makes a perception check against you.
Yeah. Not much information I'm able to get from here.
I wouldn't say that. I think you've gotten plenty more than you guys had.
Alright. I'll just fall back to the party from here.
Alright. I'm just going to let you do so. You head back to the others, where Burya's been prepping her gear, and you arrive safely. Guys, you all watch as Sly returns, unless there's anything that you want to do prank-wise, Sly?
Prank-wise?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Sly and pranks.
You're gonna
go
sneak
go
back
together
in?
hand in hand.
Roleplay a little bit, buddy. Tell me how you're going back to the camp. Sly.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, he's thinking. Thank you guys so much for coming. Remember that if you enjoy tonight's content, you can support. We have a sub goal of 10 new subs. We've gotten 3 out of that for the stream so far. I'm currently saving up to get a whole big model update from Mamana Mama, so any support is appreciated. Only support what you can, if you can, and if you enjoy the content.
I'm just gonna sneak back into the camp and just sit down next to Valentin.
Sure, who's on watch right now? Roll me a perception if you're actively on watch, and if you guys are just vibing, don't bother. Roll me another sneak, Sly.
I'm vibing.
He's still thinking about the sniffadlin.
Yeah.
I'm still
haunts me.
writing in my journal.
Alright, with a really high number, I'm going to say it's a critical success. Valentin, you're writing in your journal and you realize you need a little bit more ink, so you reach out to go grab reach out for the nearby ink pot and find it helpfully handed to you by Sly.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hang on. You could have said hi.
I just got here.
Okay. Snuck past the people looking out.
What lookouts? I gesture around the campus. Podge is just kind of staring
Well-
into the sky.
Well, Buria was supposed to, but he...
Her head's buried in a bag.
Yeah. It's honestly a bloody miracle we're all still alive, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Should really work on that.
Mm.
It's worked out fine so far.
Just
Yeah.
hear Podge whispering, I wonder if it could, taste its eyeballs.
We'll be fine.
I have my
We've
doubts, but I hope so.
We've only lost Oasis and... Yeah.
Well, it's further proof that we should really work on our watch abilities, as our own party is able to sneak out without notice.
Well, you're the expert on scouting and being perceptive, so...
Hmm.
I suppose I'll be putting you in charge of it.
Oh joy. I'll need to ask her for a raise.
No, you don't. You get paid well enough already.
Do I get paid?
No.
Then I need to ask for a raise, then, don't I?
Are we all getting paid the same amount? Whatever money we get, we split equally?
Yeah. Exactly.
I suppose that's true. Well, as for the enemy encampment, it was... At least, I couldn't get too much further past the entrance. There were 2 automatons guarding bridges that were the only way to get to what looked like the main set of doors. But there were also side chambers that had groups of tusked frogs. How big were they, River? I forgot to ask.
Somewhat between medium and large, depended on the frog. Some of them were large, some of them were medium.
Like, large-sized creature, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so they're chunky.
Some, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Some of them were quite large. Could give Oasis a run for her money. And an odd individual that looked like a dwarf without a beard.
That is quite odd.
He had a
Got any
set of
more
black
information on him?
armor with him, and he had an odd insignia, which I'll sketch out on the dirt in front of us.
I start to wander back, like, as I hear you guys talking. I'm like, oh, when'd you get here?
Can
A
I
couple minutes ago.
recall knowledge esoterica on all the things that he's described? Maybe specifically starting
Lore
with the symbol that he's...
society, not an esoteric.
Society? Okay, then, society. Recall which society.
Wait, this is
So
my
remember,
one
esoteric
strength.
lore is to haunts, curses, creatures, and things like that.
Gotcha.
Well, that one dwarf does sound like... What was he doing?
He was just writing in a journal when I got there. I couldn't get close enough to see what he was writing.
Did you see any other intelligent creatures? Not just automatons or...
Not in that main area. It was decently wide open, but it was also pitch black.
Well, it does sound like if they're guarding the 2 bridges, that would be going in the direction that our army is in, correct?
That's my assumption. But also, I couldn't see them, but from the sounds of it, there was quite a few other automatons, possibly in the hundreds.
So we would have to strike quick and fast if we wanted to take out this one person.
Who we taking out?
Also, I don't know how much it matters tactically, but the area is also soaking wet. Some broken pipes had almost not flooded the area, but it's very... Might have to watch our step on the bridges. Electricity might also be a bit of a hazard.
River, I did roll a secret.
I've seen both.
Recall
I'm
knowledge.
waiting for people to stop talking so I can
Gotcha.
I can say the results. Valentin rolled one as well.
Gotcha.
Well, I suppose... Well, if it is soaked in water, then perhaps we could rig the area with some sort of electric current to maybe deal damage over a larger area.
Do automatons, are they affected by electrical damage?
Well, even if they're not, I assume the dwarf would be. But I assume if there was documents in there, that room was probably a little less damp.
I need to double check something.
Well, he's double checking. Would you like me to reveal the checks that were rolled?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Zandra, this is a very, very secretive knightly order. They are called the Knights of the First Law.
Okay.
Their entire job as an order is that when the war between all the gods ended, and a lot of the gods were locked up and sealed for being declared as evil and not essentially going along with the ceasefire, humanity needed an organization to essentially keep law worldwide. The Knights of the First Law were an answer. They essentially champion law in all its form. They are always all aligned with lawful actions and lawful orders and decisions. All of them. Lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil.
Yep.
They enforce the rule of law. Whatever that means is kind of up to whatever sect that the individual knight is a part of, but they all serve the same purpose, and that is upholding worldwide law. The first law was quite literally the ceasefire between gods, humans, and each other, and the sealing of the first pantheon. So, individually, while they can kind of flip-flop between good, neutral, and evil, they are always two even, like, beyond death levels, upholding some sort of law or ideal.
Gotcha.
Valentin, you got a critical success. You know a little bit more of the history. You know everything I explained to Zandra, plus what I'm about to tell you right now. Back in the war, the War of Shaping, there was an organization of knights known as the Knights of Agril. They all followed their leader, Agril the Godslayer. And from his title, you can guess what his entire job was. He's the first mortal to ever be credited for killing a god, and then he rejected its divinity because he believed that he shouldn't claim a godly domain to fight gods. He wanted to fight them all as mortals. When the Era of Shaping ended, he betrayed his own knightly order and accepted a godhood, becoming the god of heroes and heroism. His knights rejected him and formed an organization called the Knights of the Agril Torn. It was at this same time that the Knights of the First Law formed. They are in direct opposition to the Knights of the Agril Torn. Knights of the Agril Torn champion mortal life and humanity in all of its forms to an extent where it doesn't matter what the gods are doing, it doesn't matter what anything else is doing, it's what's good and right and free that the Knights of the Agril Torn champion. The Knights of the First Law were like the Agril Torn. They followed Agril, but they had differing ideas after the war how to, protect the world and keep peace and, how to guide humanity. They are polar opposites. Law and chaos. The Knights of the First Law, as I mentioned, can do a lot of different champions and ideals. If you're dealing with a lone one and not a full sect, then whatever this guy is doing here is basically his hyper-focus. And he's not going to want it interrupted, and he's not likely to explain whatever it is he's doing to you all either. You might be able to talk to him, but if you attempt it, whatever he says it goes. They're very stubborn and they can't be swayed from their task. You would have to somehow, to this stubborn guy, prove that his task was not lawful, which is going to be almost impossible. They are not known for being super diplomatic or reasonable. And that is the information that you guys got from your Knowledge Society on the Knights of the First Law. Which, Feltria, you should know, they're based off of the Pathfinder Hell Knights from what I've described them.
Yep, that sounds exactly like Hell Knights. Or very similar.
Did he have some sort of officer's insignia from what you told Sly that we could determine what sort of rank he was?
Sly could not tell. From what he described to you, he didn't see a signature of rank.
If we... He was writing in something, correct?
I'm going to share some pictures of their order real quick as
Yes.
well. So you can get an idea for what they wear and how they look.
Hello. Yeah, I accidentally clicked down the second picture before I had a chance to look at it. Oh well. Fuck.
So it's just a bunch of get-ins.
I was actually
Right.
debating asking him if he wanted to come in to voice this guy, but I haven't had time to
Dude,
be able to
he
write up
would.
lines.
He would.
Well, in he's probably just, I don't want to say a stooge, but he's probably one guy that is just overlooking things. So he might not even be some sort of leader in the entire thing.
But I doubt he would stand aside and just watch as we intervene.
Well, I was more saying, even by slaying him, there's no guarantee that the enemy is going to be thrown into disarray because they had automatons. You didn't spot a control panel of sorts or anything that could be used to maybe remotely...
I'm not sure I would have recognized one if I saw it.
Well, anything that just stuck out of place.
Not that I noticed.
In either event, then passageway towards us from that encampment is quite narrow, correct?
You
That's
said it was
true.
part of a highway, right, River?
Yes, the lead up into the area where you were not on the map is part of a highway. It is a wide space that is about 55 feet across, so not narrow at all.
But I meant from the direction that slide was coming in from.
Yes, the area that you're in, it's more like narrow roadways.
Is there a way that we could maybe bottleneck an area there and create a distraction to make an enemy come towards us and then send in our army from behind?
Oh, I'm sorry.
in the chamber there were bottlenecks where they would have to cross the bridges.
Valentin, there is one more thing. You are able to tell that the insignia on the shield that was described to you, although it doesn't identify rank, it does identify the order that they're a part of. This Hell Knight is part of the Order of the Closed Gate. The Order of the Closed Gate's job was making sure that the sealed gods didn't get out.
And the sealed gods are bad?
The sealed gods are not... It depends. It depends on your way of looking at it. You can roll me a religion on that real quick. I will say that one of the most famous of the sealed gods is the goddess of love.
So it's rather what side they were taking in the war of if they sided with mortals or not, I suppose.
No, roll me a religion. It's a little bit more complex than that politically.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ, another critical success. This is why
I know like a couple of things, and they're all intelligence based.
So, the sealed gods are all people who just opposed signing the ceasefire opposed, or just broke a rule about it, or the other gods just outnumbered and said, that guy's a dick, toss him in there too. The goddess of love, for instance, was one of the people who actually penned the agreement and then broke it. All the gods kind of created their own races for the purposes of warfare. The goddesses of love were supposed to be made infertile. The Asadar is what they're called. And the Asadar were supposed to be made infertile, and they were supposed to be just kind of made extinct over time. The goddess of love refused to do so, however, and instead split their souls asunder, hiding their souls in, like, someone else's in the world. So the Asadar are constantly looking for their soulmate, basically. But in doing so, broke the treaty that she had written herself, and so got included along with things like the god of murder, and was sealed up.
So they're just lawbreakers in general.
Generally,
whether
yes.
Whether they're good or bad, so to speak.
Exactly. It's a little bit up to debate whether or not some of the gods deserve being locked away like that. But in general, everyone kind of is like, well, it stopped the world from getting destroyed, so I guess it makes sense for them to be locked up.
Well, that's what history says, at least.
It is
maybe
what
the
history
world
says, yeah.
Maybe the world wasn't about to be destroyed, and it was just a way to control the masses. Who knows? We weren't there. We only know what we know from history.
The god of the earth is one of the ones that's locked up as well. There's a whole long list, but there's basically 50 to 300 gods all locked up.
Still alive, though, so to speak. They weren't killed like some of the other gods during.
Yep. Generally, when a god dies, its domain gets taken by either its killer or the person that they were thinking of the most upon time of death. That has only not been true in a few very small instances, such as the fact that the god of life, the goddess of death, and the god of the undead were all killed at the exact same time in the same place, which just screwed up their entire domain. That would be the Never Dead Swamp. It's on a different continent.
Mm.
So in most cases, they can't really execute these gods, because then the divinity would just find a different one, you know? So they lock them up instead.
Well, I think, in my opinion, we can at least agree that whoever this dude is, he's a bit of a dick. Is he, right in being a dick? I don't know. But
he's just doing his job.
Ah, yes, the good old just following orders type of deal.
Maybe he gets paid really well.
Yes, capitalism at its best.
Listen, I see shiny thing, I do job. It's pretty basic stuff.
Is that why you made that sniffit? Whatever it's called, the snifflin.
Sniffadlin.
His name is Snuffy.
Snifflin. Is that why you made Snuffy jump to its death? Well, sorry, not death. It's definitely alive.
Oh, it's definitely alive.
No, I was trying to save him. He was very sweet and cute, and I had a lot of questions. You didn't talk to him. You didn't know.
I can speak Undercommon. I heard everything.
Yeah, but we had a connection that you'll never understand.
You know what? I can relate to
Connected
that.
on a spiritual level.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll never understand connections. Anyway. So what's the plan?
I think that sorry, they're not Hell Knights. They're a signifier
First
of
law
law.
knight. Knight of the first law.
Knight of the first law definitely needs to go down.
I
I highly doubt that they're going to let us continue on without fighting.
Their haters, by the way, calls them Knights of the Flaw.
Okay, but
Oh,
at least
now,
we could, like,
now I
find
kind,
out
now I,
his deal.
now I kind of pity them. Now they're being bullied by someone. That's not
Yeah,
okay.
bullying's not nice.
Bullied? If they're anything like if they're anything like other actual Hell Knights, then they're the bullies.
Look,
They just go in and bully
I-
everyone and make them follow the law.
What if he
I
just
know,
lives
I
here?
know, River. I know, River. He wants us to murder these dudes.
What if he's actually really nice?
Look, just because a philosophy from NPCs I run is antithesis to what I believe in, does not mean I want you to kill them. This guy might not be a villain.
Sure.
Maybe he just lives here. Maybe he just wants a quiet place to hang out. I get it. I love caves.
He's a dwarf without a beard. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's...
that's kind of sus, actually.
That
That's
seems
the one
very-
thing.
And black lipstick.
Okay,
that's
kinda
there's
hot.
nothing.
That's
There's
cool,
nothing
though.
wrong
Hey,
with
don't
black
hate on the
lipstick.
black
Hey, yo,
No, I'm
yo.
just adding to the description.
I'm so confused.
Do you want to know what's even more interesting? All of you spare a moment to think about the fact that if this guy was wearing black lipstick right now, then that would mean that if he is alone, every day for the past, 5-ish years, or however long he's been here, he's been applying that black lipstick, even though he doesn't meet or talk with anybody but robots and frogs.
That's
I
that's
love
because
that for
makeup
him.
is for us.
That's
Yeah,
called
it's not for
self-care.
others. What the hell?
could be
voice is
tattooed
this
on.
guy? But even then, it's not for others. It's for yourself. So if he
Exactly.
if he wants to
Self-love.
just feel pretty, then that's his own prerogative.
It doesn't have to
I
be
think you
pretty,
guys
it
are
can just look
overthinking
odd.
this a little bit. I was just adding on to the description so you'd get a
No.
better idea what he looked like.
No, we're
We
all
never
ganging up.
overthink ever.
We're now gonna
On the
gang up
one
on
hand-
Sly for hating a black lipstick.
Listen, on the one hand, a dwarf without a beard, like, there's just something inherently wrong with that. But on the other hand, black lipstick is very attractive on a man. So I'm very confused right
You
now
know,
about this gentleman's
maybe.
motivations.
Maybe, because he is. If he is lawful, then perhaps we could make him believe that he's going against society's law that all dwarves need to have beards, and we'll make him go, oh no, I'm breaking the law that I really should be having a beard, and then we'll break his mind.
Do you think none of us being dwarves, are going to be able to convince a dwarf that he's breaking the law of a culture that he would know more intimately than in...
I will say,
I'm practically a dwarf. My uncle was
If
a
there's
dwarf.
anything more stubborn than goblins, it's dwarves.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if we can... I don't see us using, our diplomatic skills to get through him.
Oh, we're not using our diplomatic skills to get through to him. We're using our diplomatic skills to break his mind. There's a difference.
What are you just going to...
I'm definitely
gonna-
not hairy enough to seduce a
Tell you
dwarf,
what,
so
Valentin, you
that's
go in
out.
there alone and try to have that conversation. Tell us how it goes.
You flash back to the time that the party made you speak to those, not Dwergar, but I forget what they're called, so Dwergar.
I also remember that's the time that everyone said that I should just die for everyone else's sake.
You were voted most expendable in the high school yearbook, that's correct.
I suddenly get really sad and walk off to the side.
I have a bit of a crazy plan.
Yeah?
Oh.
What is it?
You might not like it, but I have.
Oh, I love crazy plans.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He did just
Okay.
talk about trying to convince a dwarf that he was breaking the law with that for not having a beard.
He's also the guy that suggested a halfling get in a ballista, launch himself at a behemoth-class monster,
It was
and
My
then
a
plan
shocking
is
grab
way
it
great.
less
at point blank.
complicated than this.
It was
My
a
plan is
great
way less
plan.
complicated. Listen, I can only think 2 steps ahead at the best of times. So, what if I just walk in there and get myself captured? And then I try and suss out what this guy's motivations are. And then I have this really cool spell called Message. I can
Are
just
you
tell
sure they're gonna take you alive?
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm
I'm
worried.
sneaky
What if
and I
they,
can see in the dark.
what if they don't take prisoners?
Well, then that's too bad for me, I guess. No, I'm pretty
I
sneaky. I can fuck 'em up.
I don't know if they. It's not so much of a crazy plan. It's just I don't.
Do I look
What-
like a threat?
What would be the benefits of it, though?
So that we
I
could
can
get
tell you
more
what this
info.
guy's deal is and distract him so that potentially you guys could scoot on out and, you know, figure out what the fuck's going on beyond this guy.
I
Clearly,
don't
this
know.
outpost is not run by one man.
We don't know that, to be honest. We saw a bunch of automatons. It could be that the outpost runs itself.
Well, we gotta find out somehow. And if things go tits up, then we just casually kill him. But who's to say what will happen, you know?
Podge, is this just an elaborate plan for you to get handcuffed by this dwarf? Like, is that the real end game? Is that you're
I
trying
was-
to get
I was-
cuffed
I
up?
was
dressed
gonna
like
say-
a little servant. I look non-imposing. I maybe want to get captured by a potentially evil gentleman.
Okay,
Black lipstick,
hang on,
but
wait.
That has nothing to do with anything.
You don't think that this man would be a bit suspicious about someone being dressed as a servant coming up from behind?
I'm a goblin. I literally live in places like this.
I mean, you are a goblin, and that
And
might
why
actually
would-
increase the chances that they might kill you on sight.
But also, why would a goblin wouldn't be strange going through here? And also, why would a goblin be working with good guys? I'm presuming you're good guys. I don't know. What is good, really?
I mean, we did just trap a simulacrum in a box for, eternity until he...
It's a magic
Essentially.
spell. He doesn't actually exist.
I don't know anything about that.
I think we're
I'm
probably
just-
overthinking things again.
I'm just thinking, in the off chance that we would then have to rescue you, what are the odds of you just dying as we try to rescue you? That's just an added risk. Maybe some... He was writing and things. Maybe we could just discern what their goal is from what he was writing.
Why do we
gotta
care?
get in there.
So I apologize. I'm not sure why we care about his intentions or anything. We're here to conquer this area. No, that's why we brought a whole army.
I'm starting to question: are we good guys?
Good enough.
Conquering?
I
Yes,
will
and
remind
conquering.
you. I will remind you as well. Butler and the refugees confirmed people have tried to come through this way and never been heard from again.
They're
I do
definitely
not
killing
think that these
people.
people are going to be
interesting to you.
people that we care about their. Well, I mean, sure, their intentions might be important to us, but not in the sense that we need to, risk you dying and.
Yes, that
in-
I agree
I
with.
After being
appreciate
captured
that
for it.
you care about me, but I have been in service to dark elves for most of my life. I can handle a dwarf without a beard.
What if we sneak up close to the place? Podge sort of starts to enact her plans, goes in ahead. I follow in close behind. If it seems like it's about to go sideways, I'll jump in and start a distraction, and that's when the rest of you can come and back us up.
Well,
don't look. I'm with Zandra on this point. I don't see the gain for us in finding out their intentions ahead of time.
I'm not talking about finding out their intentions. I'm just talking about getting in a position where I can stab the guy in the back.
Right,
Yeah,
and
well,
I'm
he's
just saying.
distracted by my manga bahangas.
Exactly.
Would our knowledge of the Knights of the Flaw, Knights of the First Law, would our knowledge of them give us enough?
Would they be
Would we know how
distracted
good
by
they are in
Mahanga's
combat? Like, should
Mahanga?
we
Would
be
we
worried
know?
about
Would we
these two
know
being
if
able
they-
to take him on alone?
Would
River?
we
Is
know
this
if
something
they?
Well, so far, the only time you've actually seen Podge fight, it was strangling something trying to strangle her.
No, I shot weird sperms at things once too.
Oh yeah, you did shoot
the
sperm at
shrooms as
people.
well.
I forgot about that. Yep, you did fight.
I have done murder.
So the dude's got a force of 100+ automatons. So if you trigger the alarm, or if this guy catches you, it's not him you have to be concerned with. I mean, it is, but it's also the 100+ automatons. The reason that you're attacking with your army, and you're attacking at the same time, is so both of your groups provide distractions for each other. The army has time to defeat the automatons, while the person who normally gives them orders is occupied by you guys.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't think we care about the information so much as we care about keeping him busy while the army is fighting.
Yes.
Okay.
If you guys go in and get caught and you alert to them to enemy presence being here, kind of ruins all of our chance of surprise and things like that.
And then we've wasted.
Sly
so
also
while the army's doing their thing,
Sly saw him writing in a book.
Shit.
Sly saw him writing in a book as well, which is a pretty easy assumption to assume it was a journal, but even if it wasn't, there was tons of papers and stuff on his desk that you could see Sly.
Right, so I think finding out his intentions is something that we can deal with post-battle. We don't need to deal with it ahead of time and warn them of our approach.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we get into a position where I can just stab him in the back. I'm not talking about getting in to get better, extra information.
That's assuming that...
So we send in our army to take out the automatons, and then we do a little truffle shuffle and get in there and mess with this guy.
In my experience, he's wearing his armor, right? He's not just sitting there in like.
He was not wearing his armor.
No, he wasn't wearing his armor.
Oh.
When Sly saw him, he was. Yeah, you don't wear. As someone who has worn armor before, you don't normally wear armor while sitting and writing in your book. It is uncomfortable to wear armor past, a few hours at a time. Especially when you're not expecting any attack or anything like that. The dude, when Sly saw him, was unarmored. His armor was nearby, but he was unarmored.
Well, then, yeah, maybe that is a good idea.
Okay. We try to catch him off guard, try to hope that he doesn't have his armor on, attack him, and our army goes in while we're attacking and everything gets thrown into disarray.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Any disagreements?
No, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Sly, you're the one that watched him.
Hmm?
Do you think it was a case of he was off duty at the time?
I have no way of knowing.
Hmm.
Did he look weird, like without a beard? Was it like super weird?
If you know Dwarven lore, yes, it was a little weird. You can roll me a lore society to try to figure out why.
Considering the people I hang out with, no.
Factual, but you could also roll me a lore society to try to discern why a dwarf would not have a beard.
I don't even need to roll it. Oh, whoa, wait, why they don't have a beard? Oh, that I wouldn't roll about. I would know why it's. I would know that it's weird that a dwarf doesn't have a beard. But
roll me a society.
Will do.
It's definitely weird that he doesn't, but there's reasons for why dwarves don't have beards sometimes. He must be. Oh.
I'm rolling 2. I want to know.
Critical success for Podge. Regular success for Sly.
I'm really interested in this.
Regular success for Valentin. So regular success. There's actually a few different reasons why someone wouldn't why a dwarf wouldn't have a beard. One, there actually is just sometimes genetic effects where a dwarf can't grow one. Some dwarves prefer the clean-shaven look, actually, in modern culture as well. Both male and female dwarves sometimes shave off their beard just beard because they prefer it that way. Though it's rare. Podge, with your critical success, every single clan of dwarves has its own specific beard style. There was one clan of dwarves that was exiled many years ago from Cadron. And as such, their beard was stricken from the records. It is the Soulforge clan. Or, sorry, that's not right. Sorry, no. It was the Soul Anvil clan, not Soulforge. The Soul Anvil clan was exiled from Cadron when their clan leader, about 2 centuries ago, grievously insulted, during a diplomatic mission, the Queen of Ostos. That's the country I'm looking for. As such, the clan took on the whole blame, and they were exiled out. They had their beards stricken from the records, and ever since that day, adopted black lipstick instead.
You know, guys, it just hit me. I know where this guy's from.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know, it was just, you know, when you got a thing in the back of your mind and it kind of tickles. It was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Okay. Where's
When I think about eye patches.
Like,
Thank you for the
remember something about
Apathy
eye
just
patches.
brought 9 bardlings to the dads.
Thank you for the raid, Appo! Welcome.
Hi,
I'm sorry I can't
Appo.
interact with you too heavily right now because the players are currently talking about a hot Dommy Daddy Night of the First Law right now as they're scouting out a area that they're planning on assaulting. Podge just rolled a check and discovered the origin of this beardless, black lipsticked dwarf that they've met. I'm also going to message you something cool, Appo. Feel free to talk in the chat about what you were playing and what you were doing. I just won't be able to interact with it much because I'm letting my players roleplay a bit. Carry on, Podge.
Thank you. And thank you for the raid. Yeah. So, back when I was, at my last job, I heard about these guys because some of the Dark Elves they would kind of make fun of these dudes because I think some of them thought they were like trying to steal their look, but it's the Soul Anvil clan and they're exiles. Like the other dwarves don't like them. Like they do get bullied.
How long have they been exiled?
Oh, a while. I can't count that high, sorry.
2 centuries. As a note...
Much longer than I'd be aware.
Oh, I know 2. So,
sorry.
yeah, 2 centuries.
One more thing, Podge. Dwarves, in this setting, live thousands of years. There are some dwarves that actually fought in the War of Shaping, the God War.
Okay. So this guy could be, like, really old. He could be, like, a dad.
But he is...
He could be a dad.
He is someone that could have been someone from Cadron that basically came back to take their own control of the mountains.
Yeah, but if that was the case, then why would he be... Why would everyone who came here, who came to pass through this way, disappear? Would he not try and help the people who are also from Cadron? If other people... Why would he, if he wants to take Cadron back, why would he harm everyone else who tries to do the same, who has the same intentions with him?
Well, they exiled him, didn't they?
Yeah, he's an exile. And if not him, his ancestors were, but... I don't know,
Either
I feel
way,
like
he
he's
doesn't
not
sound
had
like
the
a
best
good dude.
time. No, but, I mean... Is it his fault?
Well, it's probably his fault for dealing with
Why
It
were
could
they
be.
We're
exiled?
making
in
everyone
the-
else who comes this way disappear. I'm not talking about the exiled. I don't know if he's a good dude in general, though.
Why were they exiled in the first place again?
River, I need your expertise.
A
I
diplomatic
forgot.
blunder. They insulted the Queen of
They
Ostos
insulted the queen.
when they were on a diplomatic mission from Katrin, which caused a lot of bad blood between the two very long-lived racial countries.
What was the insult?
Podge doesn't know.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not
It
that
was-
old. Goblins don't live that long.
It was a long time ago.
Probably something that we wouldn't understand.
I
as
assume
an
it
insult.
was in Dwarven.
Hmm.
Probably a Dwarven slur.
Ostos is a country of elves, right?
Ostos is a country of elves, gnomes, and other long-lived non-dwarvish races.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't think there's a whole lot else we can learn from.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to the elves that I know. They're probably worse than this guy.
Hmm.
A lot of them are very stubborn and stuck up, just like dwarves.
Yeah, the ones I work for, stubborn and stuck up are the least of their problems.
Either way, let's go in and deal with this the way we talked about, and we'll deal with it in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Sounds like we are talking ourselves into a corner now. Thank you guys so much for coming. We are going to wrap up here for the evening. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on in Hero Factory. We're going to be rating another one of the Hero Factory talents right now. Solveig, who's currently live playing some Warframe. If you guys enjoyed tonight, consider tossing a few dollary dues my way. Thank you so much for the commands, Chris.
Damn.
Hey, thank
That's
you for the
one
follow
nice
too.
cock.
I'll be live again on Friday twice. So one of my games got moved to early AM. I believe that it starts 4 AM Mountain now. It's something ridiculously early. I'll have to check. So I'll be streaming twice on Friday. One really, really early in the morning, and then one really later in the evening. So thank you guys so much for coming, and make sure to jump out, support that too. We had a sub goal for this stream to try to get 10 new subs for this stream. We made a total of 3. Thank you guys so much for your support and helping out with that goal. Bye. Can I do the raid? Yeah, I'm going to do raid. Don't worry. I'm going to raid into Solveig. Just 1 minute, too. Want to make sure that
Thank
you
everybody
guys...
for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Follow all of the other lovely talents that you see
You're welcome.
playing tonight. You can see them all there. All right. See you guys on Friday.
Bye.
I'm gonna go
Bye.
pass out. Bye.
I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.